Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey. Oh, look, I'm like, oh, look at my little Afro puff. Okay, so I am on Empower Hour and I am so excited to be here live with you all. I'm like super excited, you guys. I appreciate you for being here. I got some new decks today. I cleansed them and I am excited to use them with you all. So, you know what? I'm just gonna wait a little bit for some of you guys to go ahead and get on and join me. I was talking to my sister in love this morning and I was like, you know what? Hey, who just got on with me? Go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know who's here. But I was talking to my sister in love and I was like, oh, this bed feels so good. You know what? I feel like being in bed until bedtime. I mean, I really did. So I took my shower and did all that. And then I put my PJs on, y'all, because we come as we are. We come as we are. So who's on with me today? Welcome, welcome, welcome to Empower Hour, Wednesday Live Empower Hour. We go live every first Wednesday of the month at 5 p.m. And while I am waiting for everyone to join us, what I am going to do is go ahead and get us logged on what's this platform? Y'all know the platform, the mother platforms. Hey, Unique Muse, how are you? How are you? Welcome and thank you for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I haven't seen you on in a while, so tell me your actual name because I know we know each other in life outside of this virtual world. So, well, outside of this, but tell me your real name because I know you, but I don't remember your screen name. Okay, let me get logged on here. Um, and we're going live. Hey Sharon, hey sis, how you doing? How you doing? You guys, so some of you may know. Oh, hi Sierra, welcome. Some of you, hey Alata, finally. And she didn't call me big head, y'all, even though my head is big, but that's mine and that's my nickname and that is Michonne's nickname from Alata. Okay, let's go ahead and get us situated on here. That and then she called me big head. So I've been missing you joining us a lot. Typically you were on every oh man, she said I spoke too soon. You were on every you were on every single live, and for a while it just wasn't aligning and you weren't able to join us. So I'm super glad that you're here. Okay, let me set this up where it's not gonna where it's not going to um fall. I was just saying how I have some new decks that literally came in the mail today, and I'm super excited to use a couple of them with you guys. Cause hey Z, long time no see. Sometimes it's like a kid getting a new toy when I get new decks. So I'm excited. And you guys, some of you have already sent in for your readings today. So Deasia, you're number one because you sent it in first. So now, y'all, I'm logging into that other platform. Hi, you guys on IG. Thank you for joining. There's something that I just learned, and then we're going to get to it too. Oh, I missed you too. And then we're going to get to it because you remember Spirit was like, be mindful of the time. I had to check myself how I was going to say Spirit, use Spirit's voice. I was going to make it sound like a nuisance, but it's not a nuisance. Spirit's just like, be mindful of the time. So that's what I'm doing. Okay. Because you guys know we will go on and on and on forever. Okay, where's the live? Sometimes I forget. Logging on. I'll be logging on here all the time, and then I forget how to do it. Thank you, Sharon. I just saw yours come in. You will be next after Deasia. Okay, so now here's the test. Can we set up and still see all the comments? Oh, I'm so grateful. Hey, Diamond. Okay, listen. So Iridescent Soul Center LLC is Diamond, And Sharon Trinell is Sharon. Those are my sisters in light. We all sisters in light, but they're part of the Ashford Scott Life Sculpting team as Divine Source energy healers and coaches. So check them out, you guys, because they're amazeballs. Like anybody that joins the team, I have been serviced by them and I do get serviced by them regularly. And I know their power and strength, and going to them is like going to me, and going to me is like going to them. So check them out, y'all. Okay, so you guys know we did several years of breathing together, right? And now we're not breathing together because y'all breathing on your own, right? So we're going to get right into it. And for those of you that are joining for the first time, I am Nahkila Isha of Ashworth Scott Life Sculpting. I'm a divine interpreter, psychic life coach, and mentor. And I am here. My purpose, my soul calling, and my love is to assist you with elevating to your next level of greatness so that you're empowered and you have the tools to create and live a positively abundant life. And it's just not about financial abundance, although that's a part of it. It's also about your joy, your peace, right? And your ability to surrender and tap into your divine energy and be guided by source. So, because when you're guided by source, life is just different. It's just different in the best of ways. Okay, that one. Do I take that one? And that one. And then pull from the bottom. Okay. And y'all don't mind the low battery because, yeah, it's beeping. It started last night. Maintenance is coming and they're going to take care of that tomorrow. So it's going to annoy you for a bit. So this says trust and divine purpose. This experience has divine meaning. Healing will come. Know that you are on a path of growth. And this message is so powerful, and I'm going to tell you why. But before I do, I'm going to tell you the other cards. And all the cards came in reverse, but that's just because I was holding the deck upside down and I was unaware. Spirit said the messages are not in reverse. Trust your angels. It says, let go of your expectations of how your dreams will come true. Trust that heaven has a perfect plan. Okay, I'm on 3 platforms at once, so I may be looking here 1 minute, then here in the cards. So just bear with me. Pray from the heart. Prayer really can move mountains. Reach out to the divine with your heart's concerns and watch miracles unfold. And so, speaking of prayers, will you guys do me a favor and send some prayers and healing energy to my mom because she actually has COVID right now, and I'm not worried. I know Spirit has her, but just so that she can get over this quickly. Will y'all help with that by sending those prayers and those healing energies? And then also, will you send prayers and healing for our sister Audra, and also for my cousin Traylene, and also for our sister Ray? And if you guys have anyone that you'd like for us to send prayers and healing energy for, please just put their names in the comments, okay? Oh, hey, my brother's on. Hey. Truthfully, the future. He said, what's my beautiful big head sister? You're extra shiny today. Love you. I'm always shining, brother, from the inside out. And I love you too. But listen, I guess my head is really big because, see, my brother calls me big head too, y'all. So with this one, we literally just had a message that came through for the Soul Family and the Activating You mentorship. And I was going over with you all where we are, many of us are right now on this journey of ours, right? And right now, you may be feeling like everything's falling apart. You may have just experienced an up level where it felt like everything was flowing, everything was coming together, and you felt like you knew what was going on this journey. And finally, you got a handle on it, and finally, you're ready to take on the world, right? Well, all of that is still true. But here's what happens. And for those of you that are in the Activating You Soul family, you have heard this, but I'm reiterating because I'm being guided to. Here's what happens when you reach a certain level of mastering that previous level and you're ready to totally surrender and exist in the frequency that you've reached. Well, Spirit is always going to throw at you what we've been used to calling tests, but I call opportunities because they're opportunities to grow, they're opportunities to elevate and go even deeper in our divinity, right? And so when that happens, I now get excited because I know what's coming. So don't become afraid, or don't be ready to throw in the towel. Don't be ready to sit in that, oh man, ignorance is bliss. I wish I could go back. Because number one, you can't. Once you know it, you can't unknow it, right? But here's the thing, it's really important for you to rest in that and attach to that excitement of what's coming next. So if you say, I am choosing to exist in this frequency of surrender and being guided, right? And then you aren't given that opportunity to elevate from there, you're going to stay right there. So when these things come in your path, things may not be flowing. You may be manifesting a new job, you may be manifesting something else, right? And it just may not be happening. So this is your opportunity to stand firm in your faith, right? To stand firm in that frequency you're choosing and trust and know that it is all happening according to divine timing. Now, one of the things that we now know what divine timing is, right? Divine timing is not some God in a sky sitting on a throne deciding, okay, now you're ready. So here, my child, I'm going to grant this for you. That is not what divine timing is. Divine timing is when you are ready, when you have healed and released all the blocks that keep you from X, Y, and Z, right? That's divine timing. So when things aren't flowing with ease and with grace and they're stagnant and stuck, right? Then it's about looking at, well, how am I not ready? And then I just heard Sugar Free singing, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. And how do you stay ready? And every experience is maintaining unwavering faith, right? Not throwing in the towel, not doubting source, not thinking I made a mistake, believing that spirit got my back and I'm going to go back to doing it myself, right? Not doing that because spirit does have your back. So when that's happening, just remind yourself, okay, this is my opportunity to grow. I'm not going to get worried or stressed or afraid, right? We have one of our sisters that moved cross country because spirit guided us to. Let's clap it up for her because listen, I've done that. And that's not easy to do, especially when you guided to do it when your finances not in order, okay? That was my story and hers, right? But spirit said do it, so we did it. So now in the process of her finding employment, it's not flowing the way she thinks it would or thought it would or thinks it should and all that. So she's been feeling stressed. Now, I tell you this all the time. We are the divine having a human experience. So it doesn't matter how much we choose to elevate, we are still going to have a human aspect that is always present, right? So you may be stressed, you may be afraid, you may even be doubtful. But when that happens, the key is talk it out. And yeah, I'm hearing it in my head like the song Walk It Out. Talk it out with source, talk it out with spirit, right? Pray and meditate. Go into that frequency of guide me, heal me, and show me. That's the only way you're going to make it out. And I can't tell you right here on this live outside of that what to do because each situation is going to require a different aspect of healing, right? If we working together and you're going through it, you reach out, hey, this is what I'm going through. I could guide you step by step, right? But right now, this is the basis, right? You can also allow spirit to guide you without assistance from me or anyone else, right? If you have that ability right now, you tapped in and you know, okay, all I got to do is call on Tyrone, aka Spirit, and I'm gonna get the answer. Well, then do that, right? But don't let yourself marinate in that fear, that stress, that worry, because what you're doing at that point is you are putting up a wall that you cannot get through as long as you're existing in that frequency, right? Spirit hasn't forgotten about you. Spirit is just like, okay, you mastered it there. So here's something bigger. Can you master it here? Because each time you elevate, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, right? And when you have truly began existing in that frequency of unwavering faith, understanding everything that happens in my life serves my highest good and everything is always working out in my favor, well then you get excited because you know what's coming. There's no marinating in fear. There's no marinating in doubt or stress. It comes and it goes, right? So let's see. We are hey Michonne, I was just talking about you. Let's tell everybody how Latha calls us both big head. So hey, big head. My big head twin. So let's see. Um, Sierra said, me too. I was staring at, okay, I saw that and I'm super grateful. Um, Hi, Fun Dance 2009. Tell me your actual name so that I know who you are. Because y'all, I be forgetting who you are sometimes by your screen names if you're not here every Empower Hour or if you haven't been here in a while. So let me know. Hey, TK. I'm so excited, y'all. TK just rejoined the Soul family and is a part of Activating You. So I'm really excited to have her back and just to walk this journey with her. Super excited. Okay, welcome, Tan. Okay, so listen, trust your angels, right? This literally flows into what we were just saying. Trust your angels, right? Your entire divine spirit team of highest light and love, because they are working in your favor and on your behalf. They literally have your back, right? They are not turning you away or letting you down in any way. You already know that you are the creator and the destroyer of your reality. So with that being said, tell me what that really means to you. Because it's one thing for us to say, I'm the creator and destroyer of my reality. But then when things aren't flowing, we sitting around pouting with our arms folded, giving up, ready to throw in the towel. And that doesn't say I'm the creator and the destroyer. We also say, I know God got my back. I know my ancestors got my back, right? But that still doesn't scream, I really believe that. Because when we believe that, right? When we believe that, it doesn't matter what we're facing. We can face it with the confidence and courage of knowing everything's going to be all right now, right? Every little thing's going to be all right. And in fact, we take it a step further and we know everything is all right. This human vessel, this human shell, it has a really unique way of tricking us. And quite frankly, it's because we've been mind fucked since we were in the womb, right? And so now what we're learning how to do is decipher the lies that take our power away, right? And truth that empowers us. And when I say takes our power away, that was what it was initially designed to do. But now, where you are right here, right now, right? Nothing is taking your power away. You're giving it away, right? Or you just sitting in it was gave away years ago or taken away, and I'm just going to leave it right there. But you have the power to change that, and you deserve to change that. And fear is another tricky thing because fear will have you believing that you are just a human. You're not even a human being. You are a human doing. You a human doing bad. You a human doing poor. You a human doing what everybody else telling you to do, right? Not living your own truth, right? And that's not true. You are a human being. You are being divine, right? You are being guided. You are being loved. You are being supported, right? And you recognize that when you learn to be still. Right? How many of you are meditating every day? Hey, Anitra. Y'all, Anitra is also on the Ashford Scott Life Sculpting team. Check her out. The link tree, y'all, is in every description, every bio. So y'all can check it out and check them out. Okay. But yeah, how many of you are meditating every day? We used to say at least 5 minutes a day, but y'all, we started doing this in 2016, or was it yeah, 2016, right? That's a long time. Really, what the 5 minutes was just to get in the habit. The 5 minutes wasn't really making no real difference outside of creating a habit that serves your highest good. But if you're talking about really getting the benefits of meditating, I'm encouraging you to at least meditate for 30 minutes a day. Why? Because that stillness is so important. And some of y'all heard me say this before. Yes, guided meditations are good, right? But they're not to replace that silent, still breathing, right? Guided can help you and assist you with a specific thing. But the thing that we're talking about is learning to be still. It's in that stillness that you can hear God speak. It's in that stillness that you're guided. And I've shared this before. Y'all, I be sharing on so many different places. I don't be remember where I shared. So you might have heard it, but I'm gonna share it again because I'm being guided to. I am spoken to every day, all day, right? As it pertains to my life and things happening in the moment. And clearly I'm guided when I'm serving y'all as well. Spirit is always speaking to me. However, when I am in stillness and I am meditating and there's no guided this or guided that, there's nothing but me and the darkness and source, that is when I am given the plan, right? The plan for my life, right? We really don't have to have a degree in X, Y, and Z to be successful, right? We really don't have to read a book. And I'm not telling you not to read or go to school. That is not what I'm promoting, right? But what I'm saying is sometimes we use that as a crutch that actually handicaps us. Because what are we doing? We're placing our abilities, our gifts, our skills, our wisdom in the hands of something outside of self, right? But in that stillness, we're guided by source, right? We're guided by source. So any and everything we require can come. It will come if you create a space for that to happen. And it starts with you knowing that it will and can come, right? Hi, Fudge 193. Thank you for being here. So, yeah, so if you're not doing it, do it. And don't beat yourself up, y'all. If you're not doing it and you've heard this message 50 billion times, because I probably said it 100 billion times, it's okay. Start today. And here's something else to remember, okay? Because you will be surprised. I'm gonna call my brother out because he's my brother and I can't. But also, I have soul clients that I work with that be like, "Well, yeah, I know you guided me to do this, and I haven't even started doing it, but I'm looking for an answer on how to get from where I am to over there, wherever over there is for you, right?" But here's the thing: when spirit gives you your first step on this journey of healing and this journey of elevating, things don't come like A, B, C, D, all the way in alphabetical order. What did I say? To Z. It don't come like that. It comes, do this. Oh, that don't seem related to nothing I'm choosing to accomplish, be, or feel, or have, or whatever. It don't feel connected. And you know what? Hey, Maximilian, I'm just delivering the messages from spirit. It's not really a topic except to assist you with elevating. As it comes, I'm giving it. I appreciate you for being here. But you know what? That's not how it works. But when spirit is guiding us, right? It is always going to be an aspect of what serves our highest good in order to get us over there, wherever over there is for you, the highest, grandest version of you. But when we're skipping steps or we're just picking and choosing, we're only going to get so far, right? And this is literally the journey of being spirit led. Whether you're working with a psychic life coach like myself that's guided by spirit on how to guide you, I give you exactly what I get. I don't remix it when I receive it. So don't you remix it. I don't ask spirit, well, how is this connected? I just, and in my own life, that's how I operate. And I'm living proof of the results of doing what you're guided to do exactly as you're guided to do it. Y'all already know what I'm about to say. We are not Diddy. We don't remix the guidance. I can't tell you what you're going to get or where you're going to be when you do that. So when spirit is guiding you, don't pick and choose. Surrender totally, right? Surrender totally. Let's see what you all are saying. I mean, Sean said, yes, absolutely. Alapa said, ha! She might not have said it like that, but that's how I'm reading it. So we have prayers from the heart. Prayer really can move mountains. Reach out to the divine with your heart's concerns and watch miracles unfold. Okay, so I know we've talked about this before, right? We've talked about what prayer is, right? Some of us, when we get all spiritual and we walk away from religion, right? We throw away prayer. Why is that? Why is that? You know what I mean? Some of us are so hurt because we have been misguided. And so it turns us away. Like y'all know in the beginning, I didn't used to use the word God, right? Mostly I used to say the divine, the universe, the most high, all things that you may feel connected to because some of us were experiencing church hurt. That's just the reality. And I would always say, it's not that I don't believe in God. I believe in God. I just don't believe in the false story connected to God that we've been fed. Why do you think that is? Right? Because if you have a toxic belief of what God is and you connect spirituality with Christianity or some other religion, you connect it to religion, right? Then you are not going to be as open to explore a relationship with God, no matter how true it is. Take your power back, right? Take your power back. We've been taught to get on our knees and say, please, 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 God, Heavenly Father, please bless me. Please give me. Please guide me. Please provide me, right? Please, please, please. But that's not how we pray. That's not really prayer. That's just me getting down on my knees in a subservient position, which says that I am less than, which says that I am not in a position of power or control, right? And when we're saying please, what we're doing is we are declaring, right, that this is something that I am lacking. This is something that I don't have, and I'm leaving it up to chance for it to happen. I'm leaving it, putting it in the hands of a mystery God, and I'm just going to wait, right? That's not really what prayer is. What prayer is, right? I don't pray like this. I pray like this with my hands open so I can receive. I don't get on my knees to pray. I stand, I sit, right? I lay, right? Because we are the divine having a human experience. We are not lacking anything. And when I pray, I say, thank you. Thank you for blessing me with. Thank you for guiding me on. Thank you for, right? Because I'm claiming it because it's already mine, right? Thank you for healing and releasing the things that I'm both consciously and unconsciously aware of that are blocking me from, right? Thank you. You're in your power now. You're vibrating higher now. So your ability to receive is greater, right? Hey, mom, everybody's praying for you to recover. My brother said, don't put me on blast. Listen, I just included you in the story, but that's what big sisters do. You weren't totally put on blast, but I will. No, I'm just playing. So yeah, so that's something for us to remember. And here's the other thing: you're being reminded that prayer and meditation go hand in hand. Y'all have heard me say this. You probably heard other people say it. Prayer is when you're talking to God. Meditation is when God is talking to you. So if you have one without the other, that's like sister attempting to fly with just one wing. Anybody know where that's from? The first person on TUBE, because you can't say it on, that tells me where that's from, I'm gonna pull a card for you and give you a personal message. Where's that from? It's I have two favorite movies, y'all. It's one of my favorites. And now I just gave it away because y'all, if y'all know what my favorite movie is, I love to say that was bars. Where's that from? Sister can't fly with just one wing. Look what you did. See what you did. Tell me, y'all. Tell me. First person. I'm pulling a card for you right now. Okay, and listen, I'm gonna pull some more cards for us as a collective. Mom, I was gonna say you don't count because you know, but fine. Okay, a lot. My mama know my favorite movie, and she the one who turned me on to the movie. It's Sparkle, y'all. Sparkle is my favorite movie. One of my favorite movies. Don't judge me. Sparkle is my favorite, and then Grease is my other favorite, and Long Kiss Goodnight. Those are my three favorite movies. I'm that Oh, you were trying to guess Fudge. It's from Sparkle. Our first cat that we ever had, I named her Sparkle after the movie. What? Oh, I thought you said you never heard of Sparkle, but you said you never heard that that's good. Prayer is me talking to God and meditation is God talking to me. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's from Sparkle. Absolutely. You know, so they go hand in hand, you guys. And listen, I've shared with you. Yeah, Grease is one of my favorites too. And what makes the movie my favorite, I really love these movies. These are the only movies I can watch multiple times because I'm that person. I never own DVDs or VHSs or any other form of a movie you can own because once I see it, I can't watch it again. But those, oh, Sparkle, no matter when it's on, I'm watching it. And Scarface is like in the, it's up there with like, maybe I might watch you again here and there, but not as much as those other ones. So yes, a long kiss goodnight is so good. So good. Okay, so I'm gonna pause. Oh, my mom said give it to Alatha. No, I'm gonna give it to Alatha. I'm gonna give it to you, Mama. I'm gonna give it to you too. Who's this for? Alatha? Okay. Embrace the magical moment. Alatha, this is for you. But listen, y'all, it may resonate with you too. It says you are in the perfect energetic space for manifesting miracles. Allow your wishes to be fulfilled. Okay, listen. As I'm reading this for Alatha, there is a message, and it is for everyone in reality. Okay, but we're in this season, y'all. We're in this season. I've been telling y'all we are in this energy of extreme abundance, and this energy is available to us. And again, in the soul family, we were talking about it. We're so used to fighting against the frequency that's here, right? Because the frequency that's here, it's really low vibe typically, right? And so now that the energy is positive and abundant and it's working in our favor in an even more powerful way, like just the energy out there. I'm not even talking about just what's in here or what's inclusive of your divine spirit team. I'm talking about just frequency wise. So it feels uncomfortable. So we really don't know what to do with it, right? And so as we're receiving blessings, sometimes this might sound crazy, but you could be blessed so much, so quick, and so good that it scares you. It scares you. It scares you. Don't be afraid of reaping what you've sown. You've earned every last blessing. And I said this before, if you have only healed yourself, right? Because sometimes we think about karma and when we do good deeds, we get good back, right? My prayer for everybody is may you get what you give. There are people that have treated me like a diseased, mangy dog, right? They done used me till they thought they used me up. And then when they no longer had a value for me, they discarded me and they even put dirt on my name, right? And you know what? I don't go around cursing them or, I don't waste my time with that. I give them the same prayer that I give people that treat me like I am the best thing since whatever's the best thing. I just thought about what was the best thing to me. I ain't going to say it. But, anyways, okay. And they get the same prayer. May you get what you give. May you get what you give. And that's it, right? But you may think, well, I haven't given that much. So why am I getting so much? Even if you have just healed you. And that's all you do in this lifetime. You have earned the blessings, right? Because sometimes we're not all called to step up to the plate and assist others with healing on this massive scale, right? But what you do in this lifetime is going to affect the next one and the next one and the next one. And y'all know we got to put our mask on first, right? We put our mask on first. So healing you is enough. Agreeing to come here is enough. Your divinity blesses those that are blessed to encounter you. It's enough. So as these blessings are coming to you, accept them, right? Accept them. And a lot of what I'm being told to tell you is it's a combination of it's time for you to do more, but it's also time for you to stop discounting what you do. And the more that you're called to do is by way of your calling. That's more of what you're called to do. But you do so much, right? And this is more of like your public calling, reaching more than just your inner circle, family and friends. Because when it comes to that, you do so much. And sometimes you don't always give yourself the credit for that. And you're being called to stop doing that. Give yourself more. And you're being called to get on that soapbox, to stop hiding in the shadows, right? And do what you've been told it's time for you to do. It's time. It's time. So yes, a lot that said I agree. Let's see. Diamond said the best thing since cinnamon ice cream. Okay, that's your best thing, because let me tell you, that ain't my best thing. But we're gonna go with that. But if we talking ice cream, my favorite is bubblegum. Okay, the blue kind. Now this one is for Miss Wanda Porter. Which one? Of this stack right here. Ooh. And this kind of reminds me of you, mainly what she's wearing, the white thing she's wearing, like when you're just chilling at home. But it says, don't settle for less. You are a child of the divine and you deserve to have your dreams come true. Don't give up. Don't give up. And again, this is a message for all of us, right? All of us. You deserve to have your dreams come true. Do not give up. And stop. Okay, this is coming in like for everybody, and then I'm gonna touch on how it's yours, mom, specifically. But stop calling yourself lazy, y'all. Those of you that call yourself lazy, listen, when I would be resting, I used to feel so unproductive. And I used to be like, well, I didn't do that much. And my mom kept reminding me, you do a lot, right? Because maybe I'm working from bed and I love what I do. So it don't feel like work. So because I'm comfortable in bed and I'm doing something I love, I'll be like, oh, I didn't do that much, right? That's how it would be. I'm not like that no more. And then spirit started checking me, right? Spirit started checking me like, you do a lot. What you talking about? But a lot of times we're constantly discounting what we do and how we do it. And right, that is lowering our frequency, even if we're not consciously aware of it. It's lowering our frequency. It's affecting like how we show up, right? And how we shine, right? But we have a responsibility to ourselves. Sometimes we get so caught up in good that we forget that great is out there. And I'm not saying when good comes along, don't be grateful for good. But what I'm saying is don't get stuck at good. Sometimes we didn't even feel worthy to receive good. So once good comes, we like, oh, you know what? Let me just hold on to this because listen, it might not come back again, or something better just might not come. Sometimes age is a factor, inexperience is a factor. And sometimes it boils down to good old programming. When I was a kid, so and so told me I wasn't good enough, and they told me I wasn't going to amount to nothing. And you know what? I might have talked my at that time, but really it left an imprint where I really didn't feel like I could be something because I was already, you know, had other folks or this, and it sticks. It's time to release all that. It's time to release that old program. It's time to turn that narrative off. And it's time to understand you deserve blessings. You deserve greatness. And you're capable. Because spirit's going to meet you where you meet yourself and then go a little bit further, right? To get you started on that next step. Sometimes we reject the next step. Stop, right? Stop. It's time to move something. That's you. It's time to move your mindset. It's time to move your body, right? Because sometimes you're neglecting your body. You reading all the books, you're doing all the healing exercises, right? You going to all the meetings and but you're not moving your body. So you got all that stuck, stagnant energy inside your body because in order to release that, in addition to energy healing, it requires you to move. That's why you think spirit be like giving us that exercise where we just be bouncing and shaking. And if you do that right now, before you do, feel your energy right now. Just feel it at its resting state, okay? And then what I like you to do is start shaking. Just your whole body without thinking. Blah, blah, blah. You can even stand up and do it. And then I like you to notice what your energy feels like. And if you feel a difference in your energy, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up and then tell me what the difference is in the comments. Let me know. Okay. Let's see. Um, a lot of said Akila talk about that energy lotto song. Wait, I didn't see because the thing that big energy lotto song. Is that what I'm talking about, girlfriend? Maybe you know me, but yeah, that's yeah. I was going. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Balotha knows me well. My mama knew too. She just didn't say nothing, but she over there like she get it from her mama. So let's see. Sharon said, OMG, I'm feeling and calling myself lazy recently because of this season I'm in. I hear you, Spirit. Alata said, you preaching, Akila. Let's see. Fundez said, Amen. And Alata said, it's stuck in the body tissue. I agree with you. Yes. And Michonne said, I feel tingly. Fundez said, frequency change. Yes, yes, yes. And so here's the thing, and y'all done told me go give a thumbs up on the video, y'all, because we still at the same thumbs up. And the reason why I'm asking you to do it is because it helps put us in the feed so other people can come and get this message too. Spreading that positivity, that positivity. So yeah, but yeah, it makes a difference. So that's something you can do. If you feel your energy feeling a little low, like just start shaking and moving, right? Start bouncing. And I like to do it when I'm standing up because listen, my body be going. I just be right. And oh, it feels so good after. It really helps to break it up, right? Said I feel warm. Thank you. Somebody gave it a thumbs up. And here's the thing. Here's the thing. You are not stuck. You are not stuck, right? Now, as that came in, they were like, okay, say this. And they hadn't told me what I'm about to say yet. When I'm like, here's the thing. And it felt so profound, right? But when I say you are not stuck, that probably feels like, duh. But listen, I'm speaking to your unconscious. I'm speaking to your inner child. I'm speaking to the part of you that has been broken by somebody. You are not stuck and you are no longer broken. No more, right? You are not stuck. It doesn't matter what you did yesterday, what you did a second ago. You are not stuck. It starts with you choosing to shift, right? And can we talk about that fearlessness, right? We say fearlessness, and you may reject that because every part of you knows, every unconscious part of you knows that fearlessness is not real because I'm human. So I'm going to be afraid. But let's define what fearlessness is. Fearlessness means I'm going to move in spite of. I'm not going to let this paralyze me. I realize that this is just a human emotion that's been programmed into my energy field, but I don't have to buy into it. I don't have to buy into it. I can, but I don't have to. I get to choose. Y'all know, not, oh, dang, I think we done had like 3 retreats since this one. It was the last all inclusive. Let me say that. Y'all know, I told you guys when I went through my healing journey, I became deathly afraid of heights, right? This out of nowhere. I used to love roller coasters, but it was like I used to stand on my balcony. I'd be like, woo, woo. And speaking of the team, Jillian just sent me an inbox. She's our shaman on the Ashford Scott Life Sculpting team. Energy healing with her is amazing too, y'all. So if you haven't explored the team, explore them. Like I said, working with them is like working with me and vice versa. But anyways, and it kind of made sense in a way because when we're born, we're actually born with this fear of loud noises and the fear of falling. That's it, right? Those are only two. Everything else is programmed, you know. But goodness, was it messing with me? And Spirit was like, okay, so guess what y'all doing at that retreat? Zip lining. Zip lining. Dang it. Why? Because it's about us facing those fears head on, expressing that I'm afraid, turning it over, right? And here's what I tell myself when I'm afraid of stuff that could kill me, right? And it's weird because I'm not afraid to die, but I feel like dying in like a plane crash or dying falling off of a zip line. As much as I might not be afraid to die, I ain't trying to experience that. Not like that, right? So what I always tell myself is I have too much work to do. And that does it every time. I got too much work to do. Like, Spirit ain't finna take me now. I'm barely scratching the surface of what my soul agreed to do in its lifetime, right? So, in addition to turning it over to Spirit, it's also important to find something that helps to soothe you and calm you, right? So that you can be in that frequency of doing it in spite of. That's mine. Just realizing I have too much work to do. Like I signed a soul contract. I agreed, right? So I'm not going nowhere until I fulfill this contract, you know? So let's see. A lot that said my body was a bit tense and now I feel more relaxed. I know that exercise and hadn't did in a long time. Thank you for the reminder. You're so excited. You're so welcome. Are you excited? What you excited about? Fundin said we must release fear and other emotions that are not conducive to our spirits as soon as they come. Exactly. Exactly. And my brother Raymond said you can say that again. You can say that again. What you talking about, Willis? So yeah, so it's time, it's time for us to understand that being fearless does not really exist, right? It is a part of the human experience. But when we say fearlessness or we're fearless, what we're saying is we are moving in spite of. And here's the thing that Spirit was teaching me and my lessons of saying, even though you afraid to zip line, guess what, Heifer? You about to do it. And the reason why I say it, I interpret it like that, because you guys know we do have free will. But how I exist in mine is I act like I have none. When Spirit guides me, there is no, well, maybe, no, I don't know. No, I'm doing it. Like I have no free will. That's how I choose to exist in my free will. And listen, let me tell you, by me doing that, I don't have an opportunity to smack it up, flip it, rub it down, or remix it. So I'm guaranteed results of what I'm choosing to create, of what I'm allowing to be made manifest, right? And beyond anything I could ever dream of. Because what we can see for ourselves, what Spirit blesses us with, is so much greater. We can't even begin to imagine using our human minds. We just can't, right? It's so much greater. It's always greater. It always turns out greater than what I would have anticipated, you know? Okay, so what do you have specifically for mom? So what's coming in is don't have doubts, right? The path that you're on, the guidance you've received, don't have doubts, right? And be fearless in your pursuit of happiness, in your pursuit of peace, right? In your pursuit of elevation, and in your pursuit of embarking on new things, right? Allowing that guidance to take over and allowing your commitment to following the guidance be stronger than any of your human hangups. Okay. So, all right. So I'm about to pull. Oh, 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 y'all. Listen, every time. Okay. I'm about to pull. I done turned it all around. Oh, I turned it and it didn't even drop the phones. Okay. Okay. What message do you have for us as a collective, Spirit? What message? Hey, Sharon, I see you joined us over on the other platform. Okay, what message? Um, what message do you have for us? Highest light, guides, angels, ancestors, healers, teachers, wise ones, ascended masters, helpful companions, all of highest light and love. I thank you for using me as a vessel to deliver a message of highest light and love that is rooted in truth. Now I know all these, not it. No. Okay. Now the reason why I'm saying that out loud, you guys, is because I say it in my head, but sometimes spirit will guide me to say it out loud just so that you all hear what I'm saying and that you all recognize that, oh, I like it. Pull from the bottom also, that you recognize, and the top. Okay. Ooh, I love it. Ooh. And that one is in reverse for real. So whenever you're connecting, and many of you know this, right? But we have people that are just joining us. Many of you know this, but whenever you're connecting with the spirit realm or you're opening yourself up to be a vessel, it's important that you're very clear that you're calling on highest light and love. Now you don't have to say it how I just said it. The point is highest light and love, right? And then also today when I got these new decks, I cleansed my decks, right? And so I was actually told by spirit to talk to you all about that. So when you get new decks, y'all, if you are an energy healer of any sort, and you know your ability to connect to divine energy, you can cleanse them with that, right? You can cleanse them with that, and you can simply always knock them first, right? But then you can hold the cards and you can thank you for neutralizing these cards, removing any energy that is not of highest light and love. Thank you for connecting these cards to energy of highest light and love so that I may be used as a vessel of highest light and love to deliver a message rooted in highest light, love, and truth, right? And then you spread them and you just make sure you're touching them all over, place them to your heart, and then just set that intention again to be connecting to messages of highest light and love and truth, right? And if you're not going to use energy, source energy to cleanse them, you can simply sage them and then follow those other steps, okay? All right. So we got change is coming, and it's the number 7. And y'all know them sevens be showing up all the time for me. And let me see, is 547. Am I mistaken, y'all? Is that 7, 9, and then 16? That's 7 too. It's 547. So, and there's 7 thumbs up. I kid you not. They come all the time. So it says, I am here to guide you through this exciting transformation. This is a time of joyous opportunities. So, what did we say earlier? We just talked about that abundant frequency that is available to us, right? But it's up to us to connect to that and to have that faith, right? And to not block ourselves from these blessings. Why are we being blessed, right? Why are we being blessed so abundantly? Well, when you're dealing with energies, entities of any kind, whether it's high vibe, lower vibe, good, evil, good, bad, however you describe it, the balance of the world, right? When you're whatever side you're on, those energies or entities are all intelligent. Just like we connect to high side and love and we receive messages and guidance, so does that other team, right? So they've been knowing that this time was coming, which is why there has been so much energy and effort put into programming us, right, to be how we are before our healing, right? How we became, right? Over the course of our lifetime before our healing. And that is because they knew that this time was coming, where that change was going to be upon us, and where this amazingly high frequency, positive, abundant energy was going to just be rampant and so easily accessible. But what happens when you're programmed is you can't feel it, right? It's all about feeling. Remember, some of you that work with me, it's like, okay, we're going to start with feeling. Make sure you feel. It's important, right? It's all about feeling, but we don't even feel it. We can't recognize it. It's right there in our faces, and we were rejected because we are so used to, right? What we're so used to, right? So spirit is letting you know that it's here. When you feel nervous, remember that's just excitement covered in doubt. That's just excitement covered in fear. So choose to disconnect from the doubt and the fear and connect to the excitement, right? When you're sad, don't discount it. Explore, why am I sad, right? I'm choosing to be happy, number 1, right? That choice allows you to heal through and be made aware of what's creating the sadness so you can let it go. So always choose and claim what you rather have, even in the midst. And then thank you for guiding me. Thank you for showing me. Thank you for healing me. Right? So it's super important. Hi, Mustafa. How are you? We also have embrace your life purpose. I am guiding you towards your divine life purpose. Whatever makes your heart joyful is what you're meant to be doing. Okay. So listen, some of us, we out here picking careers and businesses because guess what? It comes with a real fat paycheck, right? Some of you are picking things because guess what? I was told that I'm good at that and that's what I'm supposed to be doing, right? Or that's what I should do, right? Mm-mm. What brings you the most joy? Right? And here's the thing, even if what brings you joy don't produce financial abundance, this is where faith comes in, the unwavering kind. This is when we understand that statement, God works in mysterious ways. See, it's not about a mystery God doing stuff that just don't make sense, that we reject internally because that don't add up, right? It's not about that, right? It's about when I am existing in my purpose, no matter what my purpose is, no matter whether or not it pays $0 or it makes me a billionaire, if I choose to be wealthy, I can still be that. Because when I'm saying guide me in all that I do, and when I release attachment to the when, where, how, that means that we've been taught to believe our wealth comes from, I work, I receive money, and then I receive wealth or not, depending on what I select. That's false programming as well. You choose what you're choosing to experience, right? You do what you love because that's where your calling is, right? And you can also find some direction on how to get there based on where you've experienced your trauma and what you struggle with most, right? Because we talked about we don't always have to get a PhD in something, right? Sometimes it is that experience because it's that compassion, it's that empathy, it's that understanding, right? And then more than anything, it's being guided, right? So do what you love and release all that narrative that says this is what you're supposed to do. This is what you should do. It's the reason why those words are lack. Because when you're buying into supposed to and should, you're existing in a frequency of lack, right? Now, I'm going to read this one. Now, this is the one that came in reverse, and Spirit said, yes, it's actually reversed, y'all. Look up 552. There's a message there for you. And look, how many times I told y'all about the seven, right? This card is 25, and here go another seven. So it says, put your creative energy into action. Archangel Gabriel joins me to spark your creativity, help you communicate your vision, and motivate you to create something beautiful. And so it is. So listen, stop sitting over there dreaming, thinking, and planning, right? Take action. And don't attempt to do it all at one time. It goes something like this. Okay, I have the plan. Now guide me on what to do first. Because sometimes we get the plan. It's happened to me 50 million times, and I finally got it. Sometimes Spirit will give me the plan, and Spirit be like, oh, Heffa, that wasn't for right now. That was just letting you know so you can prepare yourself, mind, body, and soul to get there and do that. But you ran with it, and it just wasn't time yet. Slow down, Tito, right? Sometimes it's not right now, but we can avoid, I've invested money that ain't nothing to loss. Let me tell you about that too. Because whenever we circulate, what we circulate comes back to us multiplied 1,000, a million, however many folds you believe it will come, that's how many times, right? So in order to circulate it back, multiply it, we sometimes got to put it out there. But my old 3D mind would have thought, oh, I wasted this money, right? Because it was premature, or I wasted this time, right? And there's no such thing because if you learn and you're not wasting, right? But sometimes we jump the gun and we're just not ready. So if we just say, guide me, what serves my highest good to do first? Then we avoid that because we're going to get the lessons we're meant to get. We're going to have the knowledge and wisdom we're meant to have. Like it doesn't have to come from a painful experience or from what we would interpret in our 3D mind state as a loss of any kind, right? It doesn't have to. It can. And when it does, or if it does, just again, I'm so grateful because everything that happens in my life serves my highest good. But Spirit gives you the big picture, right? So it's simple to just say, okay, I got that. Now, is this for right now or is this for later? Okay, how much of this would you like me to do now? And what would you like me to say for later? Right? Or what do I do first? Right? Now, some of you may be like, child, I'm not psychic. Spirit don't talk to me like that. This may be true for you right now, but let me just tell you, you are psychic. We all born psychic. And when you are in the activating you mentorship, that's what you learn. That's one of the things you learn is how to tap in to your ability, right? To hear source. However, source comes to you, it may not be in auditory hearing, right? But to feel, hear, know, right? So that you can be guided where you don't have to call a psychic, right? You can do exactly what I do. You could talk to God on your own and receive clearly on your own. And you could even do readings for people if you choose to. I wasn't always doing this. I've always been psychic, right? But when I went through my healing journey, it elevated, it increased. And now I hear God speak just as clearly as I hear you. I hear ancestors speak. I hear angels speak as clearly as I hear you. And it's not reserved for me or just a certain few. We can all do it, right? But it's about getting rid of all the junk that stops us, right? Blocks us. So the reason why this is in reverse is because some of us have been guided, and going back to that message I was giving when I said I was going to call my brother out, some of us are being guided, but we just aren't doing what we're being guided to do, right? We're waiting for the guidance to make us feel warm and fuzzy on the inside before we take action. Or I don't like that guidance, so I'm not doing that. But ooh, that feels good. Or sometimes it may even be like, that's not challenging enough. That can't work, right? Because some of the messages the spirit give, the guidance, the first step is super easy for many of you, all of us. It is start meditating for 30 minutes a day, right? But we're wondering why we're not receiving with clarity because we're not being still, right? For some of us, it's mirror work. These are things that are really, really simple in essence. But the difficult part is, are we doing it? And are we being consistent? Sometimes it's not challenging enough. So we feel like it can't work and we don't do it. Whatever your reason is, Spirit is saying, get out of your own way, get out of your own head. The guidance doesn't require you to think, right? It don't require you to think. It requires you to act. And it's okay to ask questions to gain clarity as long as those questions aren't a form of stalling, right? So, through your creativity, there are many blessings that will come to you. And through your creativity, you will be able to bless so many others. You will be able to prevent and listen, it came in as mishaps, but really what is coming in as what that feels like is, you'll be able to prevent people from being abused, right? Some of you are being called to share things that will help parents know signs or help parents to not be overprotective, but be able to feel, right? To feel when something's not right. So my partner and I, we went to this event, right? And this came up a little bit because we were talking about the blessings. And I'm going to tell you why I went to this, right? He was tired, right? He worked all week. He tired. He really didn't feel like it. He's like, it's a timeshare thing. I'm like, no, it's not a timeshare. They said it's not a timeshare, right? And so he went because I asked him to. And the reason why I agreed to it is because I was always that person. I was like this. Ain't nothing. You ain't getting something for nothing. Ain't nothing free. I always thought everything was a scam. But I'm in a season of my life where I know that I am being blessed. And I know that you're right, in a way, we aren't getting something for nothing, right? We're getting something for all that we've done and all we've put out there, right? Even if all it was just choosing to heal ourselves. And so we're in this season, this frequency of being blessed. But sometimes we have that mindset, oh, it can't be because you don't get something for nothing. So then we don't go, we don't do, right? Now he was right. It wasn't timeshare, but it was one of them little salesy things, right? And yeah, we do get these little trips, but it ain't 100% free. You do got to pay certain things. But the whole thing is, even that wasn't a waste. And when I explained to him about me choosing to be in this season of recognizing that I'm being blessed and that I'm not existing in that like jaded mindset of, because we've been taught to believe like blessings don't just come to us and they come in little ways, like I went to pick up some food for my mom the other day and I was going to get food for myself. And I had already decided I was paying for her food, right? And guess what? They gave me both of our meals free. That's a blessing that comes, and they can be small like that. But sometimes we don't recognize those small blessings and they don't hit us on the inside as a large blessing. I told y'all, I've been playing the lottery and I don't play excessively. I will get a scratch off or I'll get a quick pick. And literally, at first, when I told y'all last, it was 5 times in a row I have won. Now, listen, it may be $2, it may be a free ticket, it may be $20, right? I'll be winning. I went the other day and I won again. I got $2. And I said, you know what? Spirit's been preparing me because I'm a winner. Spirit been preparing me to win. And so I've been winning because that's what I've been saying. So I stopped saying that and I said, Spirit is preparing me to win the jackpot. Right. But every time I win something and I celebrate, I get excited like it's the jackpot. Right. Every time, 6 times in a row. I kid you not, 6 times in a row. It's time for us to know that we DJ Khaled up in this piece. All we do is win. All we do is get blessed. All we do is get what we give. And if you on here, you are a person that gives love, right? You give unconditional love, not just to those you know and love, but to the world, right? By existing as who you are. So what you going to get in return? You're going to get love. Unconditional love. That's going to come in the form of peace when you allow it, right? Joy when you allow it. Blessings when you allow it, of all sorts, right? But it's all about when you allow it. How do you allow it? You heal the blocks. You release the blocks. You get out of your own way, right? You surrender fully and you allow yourself to be guided. And you don't mix it up. You don't remix it. You do it as you get it, right? So, y'all, 601, which is 7. When I tell you we making good time, because remember, Spirit was like, okay, we doing an hour because it is Wednesday Live and Power Hour, right? And then we go into the readings, and I'm being told to look on the bottom and give this to you, whatever's on the bottom. And it is in reverse, and I'm being told it is meant to be in reverse. Increase your knowledge, education. Okay, listen, and it's in reverse. Spirit brought this up earlier because some of y'all not convinced, right? Because the message already coming. Increase your knowledge. Education brings opportunities. Take a course, pick up a book, or find a mentor to teach you what your soul longs to know. So listen, when you think in terms of knowledge, some of you are still attached to the fact that you must get a college degree. And again, I am not promoting not going to school, but here's the thing. College ain't for everybody. For some people, the institute of school, it suffocates you, your creativity, right? It prevents you from being guided and it allows you or positions you to be led, right? And not by source, right? So if that's you, don't feel bad. Heal yourself, connect to source and be guided, and you will be able to do and accomplish any and everything. And when you require help outside of self, you just say, listen, bring me whatever it serves my highest good to have so that I can do whatever, blah, 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 right? And it'll happen. Of course, there's steps in between, like unwavering faith and belief, doing the guidance you receive so that you could align yourself with, right? Right? And for some of y'all, it is time. It is time. For some of y'all been on here for 50 million years and Spirit been saying the same thing. It's time for us to work together. Some of y'all, it's been go to the retreat. For some of y'all been getting that message for the healer, the teacher, the life coach, whatever that you were called to work with. And it ain't me, but you still been doing the same thing. Whomever it is, whether it's me or someone else, now is the time, right? Now is the time. I just heard, don't miss the bus, don't miss the boat, right? And it's coming in as a funny joke. It kind of sounds like it puts me in the mind of like the Wayans, like the Wayan brothers, Marlon, and like, and then also Go Home, Roger, like that whole feel is how that just came in, right? Because what's happening is this energy that's available to us, right? Tap in, tap in. And really, you're not going to miss anything. You may miss something in the now, but when you're ready, it's going to always be available to you, right? It just depends. How quickly are you ready? How fast are you choosing to heal? How fast are you choosing to accomplish? How fast are you choosing to experience, right? All the things that serves your highest good, right? It depends on you. But if you ready, I'm ready, y'all. I'm now accepting applications for the Activate You mentorship. And we actually have 3 spots left for the all-inclusive retreat in October because one of our sisters is not able to attend. And then we have the accelerated retreat happening in April. So I'm accepting applications for those, y'all. If Spirit's been telling you, now is your time. I offer plans on everything. And for the mentorship, I actually do custom plans as well. I have some programs that are set, but then I do custom. So don't let finances stop you. Click the link in the description or in the bio, depending on where you are, and schedule your consultation. Let's chat, right? Let's chat. Let's get started. Okay. So that's the message for the collective. Now we about to move into the readings. Okay, we're about to move into the readings. And I will say this. Um, let's see. Oh, awesome. That's so good, Monica. I'm excited for you. I am excited for you. I'm excited for you. So here's what I like to let you guys know. If you'd like to have a reading done, it's 25 while we're on Empower Hour for a general or per question, right? Now, I'm not so used to the other platforms. I'm most comfortable on the YOU and then that place, where you watch videos. Because on Talk, this is ridiculous. If you say another platform, they cut you live, right? I was going to end the live stream on the other platforms and direct you to the tube, but I'm not going to do that. So you can stay. The reason why I say stay is because even when the reading is not yours, there's always something that resonates. It never fails. So, Deasia, you were first. Sharon, you were second. And if you guys would like to have one, will one of you put the Cash App in the comment section so that they can um, get one if they choose to. Now, Deasia, were you doing a general or did you have a question? And while I'm waiting, before I get started on Deasia's reading, let me just read the comments and see if I missed anything. See how I'm going back to the comments? I'm able to go back and collect whatever it is. So don't feel the pressure of time, right? Don't feel like, oh no, if I don't do it now, then I'm gonna miss the boat for real, for real. No, you won't. You won't miss the boat for real, for real. But if you're sick and tired of being sick and tired and you're ready to elevate now, do it now. If you find discomfort is cool with you, then stay where you are, right? But whenever you're ready, the blessings are available. So don't take it that way, right? I'm not gonna lie to you. Like it's gonna all you gonna blessings gonna always be available. But if you tired of feeling how you feel and you're tired of not reaching that full potential, then do it now, right? Hey, Stephanie. Mashawn said I was afraid of heights too, but I released it and started hiking mountains. Ooh, I love that. Hey, Deasia. Truthfully, the future said, yep, 552, 222, and 111, 1111 is what I keep seeing for the last few weeks. Now, if you're seeing these repetitive numbers, I recommend you look them up because there's a message there. That's why you're seeing it, right? There's a message. Even if you've seen it before, look it up again. Every time you see it, because you may receive a different aspect of the message that is relevant to whatever you're going through in that moment. Michonne said, "Oh, I always think something is a scam." I used to as well. I used to too. But here's the other thing. I know that I'm in a season where I've claimed my blessings and I'm covered. And so ain't nothing about to harm me, right? Nothing is about to harm me. So what do I have to lose? Absolutely nothing. Just all the stuff that don't serve my highest good, right? Hi, my beautiful Aunt Rachel. A lot that said I be winning, right? We DJ Khaled up in here. Hey, Alexa. Alexa said, dang it. I'm going to cancel the need for you. It serves my highest good to come back and watch. Yes, yes, yes. Make sure you do. And if you guys are in the Washington State area, Alexa is actually a photographer. So if you're in the market, connect with her. Let's see. Fun Dance said, what part of the world are you in now? I am in Tennessee. Tennessee. Um, Diamond said, "Ooh, good, because I was not going back to school." Now, here's the thing: for some of you, Spirit may guide you to go back. And again, I'm not promoting. I'm not promoting not educating yourself. If you feel guided to, what this message is to release that crutch attached to. In order for me to, I must have, right. It's time to release that, because when you're connected to your divinity and you're tapped in and you're being guided, there is no information or knowledge that you cannot gain access to. Sharon can tell you, I was guided to tell Sharon to do something. This happens a lot, y'all. Spirit will guide me and I don't even know what it is or what it's for, right? I was guided to tell Sharon to do something and she did it, but I'm like, oh, okay, this is what Spirit telling me to tell you to do. So this is what I'm telling you to do. And then I kid you not, the next day something popped up where it was showing like what it was for. And it was for what she was working through. I had no idea, but Spirit knew. And all I am here to do is be a clear channel and a vessel to receive. And see, I promise you, I would do you a disjustice, an injustice, a disservice if I called myself analyzing the message and, oh, I'm going to say it like this. I'm going to sugarcoat it or candy coat it, or I'm going to be harsh with it. Right? No, I'm going to give it how I get it. I'm going to give it to you how Spirit give it to me because it ain't my place to judge it or analyze it. Right? But I didn't have a physical 3D awareness of what that was, but I knew if Spirit was guiding me to guide her on doing it, that it was something that serves her highest good, right? And sure enough, it was exactly for what she was releasing and healing. That's a prime example, right? It's a prime example of how we don't have to have conscious knowledge of something if we're connected to source and we're a clear channel and we can clear ourselves, right? When we're tapped in, whether it's for ourselves or others. And sometimes if I'm too attached to the situation, I'm like, okay, wait, is this me or is it spirit? I'm a little confused. I go to other trusted psychics. Like there's plenty of them on the Ashworth Scott Life Sculptor team for a little assistance, right? And that's okay too. I have a psychic that I like to call, and I'm psychic my dang on self. Sometimes first of all, I love psychic readings. Okay, that's first off. Sometimes I just like to hear the good news, right? I like to hear the confirmation. You know what I mean? But the point is being able to do it ourselves where we don't have this space that someone else has to come in and fill, right? That's the point. Or something else has to come in and fill, right? So, um, oh, and somebody thought the movie was The Color Purple. Y'all, I'm so excited. I can't wait to see The Color Purple. Hi, 726 Monica. So here's the thing. I've been live since 5, and I love that you're here. And I would recommend if you haven't checked out the link in my bio to do so. And you know that little location where you watch videos. And again, the reason this place right here. Can you see it? This place right here. Oop, wait, where's the thing? Can you see it? Anyways, join us on there. Join us on there because when you join us on there, you'll be able to watch the whole Empower Hour, right? I feel that there's some things that you may really enjoy receiving from the entire message. Okay. So, Deasia, did you let me know if you're okay? Awesome. Awesome. And welcome to our community. Um, Deasia, did you let me know if you're doing a general or thank you, Diamond, for putting that in the comments, the Cash App, or you do you have a question? Alexa says, correction, it serves my highest good to watch the replay, and so it is. I'm about to now. I'm just waiting for you to tell me if you like a general had a question. Oh, you're so welcome, Chanel. Why did I say Chanel? Because I was looking at Sharon and Janelle together. Sharon said facts. It came right on time and exactly the way Spirit said. It blew my mind. See, I'm telling you, y'all, we don't have to be the smartest tool in the shed. And here's the thing. I've shared this with you guys, and I'm going to share it again. So when it starts happening to you, you don't get startled. But when I really totally surrendered and chose to live 100% spirit-led life, what I started to notice was my brain was not working the way it usually did. And at first I was like, oh my goodness, because I called myself an airhead, right? That's the only way I could describe it. And I was like, oh my goodness, I used to be so smart because I did. I used to be real smart, right? Hey, sister. And then when I started being 100% spirit led, my brain was not functioning the same. And at first, it took me off guard. And then Spirit reminded me why. Spirit's like, it's because you have surrendered. You've turned it over. You're being guided. So where you were programmed to always relate on that aspect of who you are, right? There's no longer there's no longer a reason for that, right? And then you get in this zone where the airheadedness it goes away sometimes. I mean, some people may say I'm still kind of an airhead, right? Lashana, thank you so much. You're third. You'll be the third reading. You know what I mean? But that's why. So as you notice it happening, when you completely surrender and turn it over, don't be scared, right? Don't be scared. You're just operating from a different aspect of yourself. It's nothing to worry about. right? And let me tell you, being spirit led, I'm a whole lot wiser than I was when I was relying on my 3D brain, right? Because this brain only knows so much, but having that access to source the way we do, nothing can beat that. Okay, Deasia. Hey, Tempest, how are you? Deasia, you still didn't tell me if you were doing a general or if you had a question. Okay, these two cards just flipped, or these three cards just flipped over for you. So whatever it is, these are going to be um, your cards. So let me know. And Tempest, you're a general. Okay. Sharon, are you a general or did you have a question? TK said, I'm present, family, driving, band mom duties. Well, we glad you here, sister. Oh, you're so welcome, Fun Dance. General. Okay, awesome. Okay, so Deasia, you also personally got the Don't Settle for Less card. And look, y'all, something about the way I positioned the phones. Now all platforms are seeing the card at once. At first, it was like doing all of this. Oh, look, I look like I have no edges. I look like I shaved the side of my head like Krishan because I pulled this part down. I'm looking like Krishan up over here right now. And then you also have your prayers are being answered, Deasia, and have no fear. Have no fear. And what this says is fear is a trap of the ego. Allow me to use my sword of light to free you from the disquieting feelings holding you back. Your prayers are being received by the divine. Answers will come soon, although perhaps in forms you didn't expect. Okay, so Deasia, what's happening right now is what I'm receiving with this don't settle for less is for you to stop feeding yourself a false narrative, right? For you to stop feeding yourself a false narrative about yourself and about the world, right? You have set the intentions, right? You have set the intentions. You have had those talks with your divine spirit team. You've spoken to God and your ancestors, and you don't let it be known what you're choosing to experience. But here's what they're telling you to do. Deasia, now it's time for you to follow their lead. It's time for you to now do what you have been guided to do because there's a part of you that has still been resisting the action that's required to get you there. And right, that fear, sometimes it's not so much that you doubt yourself, it's more or less that you fear who you are when you allow yourself to fully step into your divinity, because you're still holding on. There's a part of you that's still holding on to this choosing to be accepted by those that you're meant to lead out of where they currently are, right? And with your sister transitioning, that aspect of you has grown, right? It's created like this gap within your soul. And you know what I remembered when I mentioned to you about the grief exercise that's on my channel? I realized that I gave that to you like when your sister first transitioned, right? But it's that right there that happens with you. Spirit will guide you, and then you won't move a lot of times, right? You won't move. You'll let it get really, 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 really bad for you. And then you'll think about moving, but then you still won't move. And then you'll let it get even worse for you. And then you'll walk towards the move, but you won't fully complete it, right? And Spirit is telling you, number one, asking the question, why do you do that? This is a question for you to ask yourself and not your mind self. Don't answer from this. Answer with your soul. Connect to your soul. You know what to do. Hand on the heart, hand on the solar plexus, deep breaths, and ask your soul, why do I do that? Right? It's time to stop punishing yourself, connecting to those past life versions of you, right? That was a martyr. That punishment felt like it was the thing to do in order to, whatever that in order to was, and release that, right? You don't have to suffer before you choose to make a change for yourself. You can choose the change now. You can choose better now. You can choose to elevate now. And it doesn't have to be attached. That choice doesn't have to be attached to suffering, right? I just heard end the suffering now, experience life better. But while they were saying experience life better, they were also saying experience life now, right? It's time for you to really know what your role is, right? What your role is and why you're here, why you're so incarnated, and why you've received the messages that you've received. You do have a very important role to play, and you know what that is. You, that desire that you had to help the youth, those young girls that are experiencing what you experience, right? That feel less than when they're on social media, that feel like they can't live up to society standards of beauty or intelligence, or they're not embracing their quirkiness or their choice to slow down, right? My son is 19 years old. He just had his first kiss Sunday. There is nothing wrong with him, except he decided to take it slow. He's 19 years old. Guess what? He just got drunk for the first time yesterday. And as a mom, I was like, oh, right? Like, oh my gosh, he got drunk. And he wasn't like belligerent. I had to mute the phone and I was like, I told my partner, I said, I actually like his personality, right? I would never tell him that. But I'm like, okay, I'm telling myself he's not going to be an alcoholic. He's fine, right? He's fine. You've raised them. They have morals. And so then my partner was like, how old were you when you started drinking? I said, well, officially I was 19. I said, but I had my first drink in sixth grade because my friend Cosette, her grandfather made some homemade brandy and we all snuck a sip. But officially I was 19, right? And he said, well, he's 19. I started drinking when I was 14, right? And I'm just like, but as a mom, it's like, but what he did, he said, Mother, I've been drinking. I'm going to let you know. And I'm drunk. He's like, but don't worry about it. I'm not driving. We have a designated driver. And guess where he was? He was here. Guess where he went? To the pool, right? They went out to eat. He had a few beers. He got drunk. They went, and I'm not making excuses or saying that this is okay, right? But what I'm saying is I appreciated his honesty. I appreciated the fact that he was wise enough to have a designated driver, right? And all of these things that it could be so much worse, and he's an adult. He didn't move too fast in life, right? So I say all of that to say, Deasia, right? Because I just went on a tangent. I was telling y'all a story while I was giving you your message. I say all of that to say there are so many people like you and like my youngest son that are taking life at your own pace. And society, we are in a society where it pushes us and it forces us to do everything fast, right? He made me a promise that he would wait until he was at least 18 to lose his virginity. Now he's 19 and he's like, Mommy, it's time. And I was like, okay, well, what about marriage? He's like, now you're pushing it, right? But he could have been doing things so fast. Not everyone has that same confidence to go at their own pace and be okay with it because they have a parent in the home that's telling them and teaching them that it is okay, right? Not everyone has that confidence in themselves to go at their own pace. And that is a part of your purpose, right? It's time for you to get out there and do that. It's time for you to get out there and do all the things the Spirit has been guiding you to do and stop waiting for the pain to increase to do it. Y'all, Deasia loves to travel, and Deasia has been guided to start doing travel vlogging, right? And also, she is a master manifester. And when y'all hear her story, follow her on here, Daisy Divinity. That's Deasia, right? And then Deasia, share your other social handles in the comments on all the platforms that you're on watching so that everybody can follow you. But when she tells her story of how she manifested attending the first retreat, like she totally manifested that, right? And she manifests so many things in her life. This is a powerful being that Spirit is using to serve our youth, right? So the reason why I'm sharing this is because I would like us all to just send Deasia just energy that increases her confidence, energy that increases her self-love, energy that increases her willingness to step outside of her fear, right? Right, because we can only guide our youth so far. You know what? My niece Gianna, she's 13. Gianna's 13. She'll be 14. Or she may be 14 already. I was in Cali with my sister and my niece Taylor, and I done told the lady at the nail shop my niece was 4. My niece ain't 4, she 5. And I love my nieces and my nephew, but sometimes I just forget, right? I be like, okay, because anyways. But anyway, she sends us these talks, right? That's what I'm saying. She sends us these talks, and it's these young ladies talking about their connection to God, and it's super positive, and I love that for her. And so when you have people like that can give our youth something else, right? It's such a blessing and it's such a gift because our children only listen to us so far, right? So Deasia, you don't really understand the weight of your calling, right? People like you and those young ladies that my niece sends, y'all make it cool. Y'all make it cool to vibrate high. Y'all make it cool to keep your clothes on. Y'all make it cool to not be dropping it like it's hot, acting like a thought, right? Y'all make it cool. Our children are our future, right? Our children are our future. And y'all know the message came in before that we have children and we think that we are here to just teach them and guide them. But in reality, they're here to teach us because they're connected to their divinity. They don't disconnect from that until we disconnect them from that through all the programming that we receive, right? So you may think, oh, the parent healing first is the key, but sometimes it's the youth having that strong foundation, right? And some of the parents may be healing, but your children still don't listen. It's people like Deasia. So, Deasia, you have a powerful calling. It's time for you to get out there and do it. It's time for you to get out there and do it. It's time for you to get out there and do it. Pull from the bottom. I'm being guided to pull from the bottom and give you one more card. This is the outcome of the result. You are protected. Okay, you are safe within my bubble of light. You can proceed with confidence. That's what spirit would like you to know. Because you already know how this hits. We don't even have to go over it because you know, I know, and you know how this one hits for you. But let me read it one more time. You are protected. You are safe within my bubble of light. You can proceed with confidence. People judge what they don't understand. People judge what makes them uncomfortable. But when you're here to create change, part of what we do is we irritate those demons within. So if you're here to be liked, it's nice that people like me, but what's most important to me is answering my calling and doing what I was placed here to do, right? You over here and I'm doing this. What I'm placed here to do, right? You can like me, great, but you don't have to. And this is what you're being called to take on. When you know you're doing what spirit guided you to do, people may not always like you, and that's okay. That's okay. Because you irritating them demons. Do it anyway, right? Spread the message, spread the light. You're protected. You're protected. And as you do, your life is going to elevate. And all those things that you done said, you choose it, they will flow to you with so much ease. So much ease. Doing what you love. Remember that card that came in, doing what you love to travel. Spirit already told you, staycations. Experience what you're choosing, where you are, and how you can. And by doing that, it puts you in that frequency and leads you into experiencing it on that higher level, doing it more, right? So, okay, that's your message. Let's see. Okay, awesome. That's your message. Thank you for allowing me to serve you and let me know how it resonates. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Tempest said, so for these readings, Fun Dance, they are during Empower Hour, but you can schedule a personal reading with me, and I also do phone readings. So if you click the link in the description or wherever you are on the bio, it'll show you, like, it'll say for same day reading text. That's my business line. So if you text me there and you say, hey, do you have time to do a same day reading today? If I do, I'll do it, right? If I don't have time to do it that day, I don't schedule in that setting, but you can text me the next day, hey, do you have time today? Are you able today? And then I'll let you know. And then you send your payment, I do it. Or you can schedule it, right? You can schedule it. So, but these readings at this amount, this investment amount, it only happens on Empower Hour. And that's every first Wednesday of the month at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Okay, so let's say Tim said, oh, wow, does this resonate? Huge for me. I'm so glad. This is why I be telling y'all, even if you're not getting readings, right, to stay. And right now, 10 of you are still on the tube and there's 10 likes. So there's a 10-10 message there. And then let's see, Deasia said, whoo, that's powerful. I felt the resistance today. Right, that's true. I've been feeling it. I do wait until I get fed up to start doing stuff. And let me just stop right. Oh, I'm blocking the screen on here. Let me just stop right there and tell you. So I had shared with you guys like a few years ago how when spirit would bless me, spirit would come through in the final hour, right? And then I was like, I would be broke as a joke. I wouldn't know how I was going to do X, Y, and Z. And then spirit would come through for me. And so what I realized was I was getting an adrenaline rush and it felt good. It was like, oh, spirit did it again. Spirit did it again. So I was setting myself up, right, to be in a position where it was like at the final hour, spirit's got to come through, right? And then I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, spirit, I've got that aspect that I know you're going to always come through, but we don't have to always start at ground zero. Now I'm choosing to elevate, have you come through there, elevate some more, have you come and constantly elevate and have you come through. And ever since I realized my pattern and why I was doing it, and I chose to stop, I have never been at ground zero since. And spirit keeps coming through and I keep elevating. So when you find yourself doing that, it's time to recognize why. Why am I doing that? And remember, don't ask your mind because your mind got all kind of human hangups. It's going to tell you some stuff that's not really what's going on, right? But ask your soul. Ask your soul why, right? Okay, so Deja, you just sent for another reading, or is that for someone else? Ask your soul, right? Ask your soul why. And then make that choice to not operate from there anymore, right? You don't have to. You don't have to. Let that go. Let that go. Um, there's that I do have a special connection to children. They are drawn to me. Um, I received the message to talk about my sexual journey. Well, then do it. Because remember, what you're doing is sharing your life, right? How much of my life do I share with y'all? All of it. All of it, right? My life is not mine alone, right? All of it. I let you guys in on all of it because Spirit said, guess what? You're not just here to teach. You're not just here to help others heal. You are here as a living, breathing example, right? Of what this looks like. And I can't be that if I don't share, right? You're here for the same reason. Diamond said, Gen Alpha can use the positivity. Well, go on and connect Gen Alpha. Wait, that's probably not a person. Connect Gen Alpha. I'm claiming it. My brother said she about to be 14. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Deasia said, thank you so much. You are so welcome, Deasia. Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to serve you. Thank you. And y'all be seeing the edits on the videos on the platforms. Deasia does the edits and she's so amazing. She's a part of the team too. She's just not like you can book with her, but she's a part of the team. So definitely, definitely a valuable part of the team. Um, let's see. Oh, thank you, brother. Okay, okay. I just saw it. Um, See, I knew when I said that, I'm like, wait, that's not a person. Because now, Deja, you laughing at what Diamond said. Um, the younger generation. Okay, listen. Told you, airhead. And as I was being an airhead, Spirit said, that's not a person, Nahkila. You're so welcome, beautiful. So welcome. Okay, so you know what? I'm going to log off of this place because I just am. And then I'm going to that way I can see what order we are all in. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Let me see. That's not what you do to get off of here. I do this every single time. There we go. Okay. All righty then. So Sharon, you are next. And thank you. You put it in the comments for general reading. And then Lashana, you put general. Awesome, awesome. I appreciate that. You guys putting it in the comments. So I'm disconnecting from Deasia. And I am now connecting to Sharon. Sharon, you still here, sis? Ooh, ooh, it flipped. See, it flipped. Is that for Sharon? Okay. Okay. What awesome sauce. Sharon's still here. Okay, what message do you have for Sharon Spirit? I'm hearing singing. Like, oh, okay, okay. I'm hearing singing. But take these two as well. But it's not or they're in verse. Is it that way for real? Okay. Yes, I was told. Okay, so I'm hearing singing, but I'm not hearing any lyrics. Okay, but I feel like there's a message there. Fun dance. So the readings can be done anytime you schedule or anytime I'm available. But for the $25 readings, those are only done every first Wednesday of the month at 5 p.m. Eastern during Empower Hour. So, but you can always schedule a reading. You can always text me to see if I can do a same day reading, and all of that is in the link is in the description of the platform you're on. And if you follow me on any other platforms, it's always in the description. So yes, yes, yes. But if you like one today, it's 25 for either a general or 25 per question. So can someone put the cash app in the comments, please, for her? Okay, Sharon. So what you got was trust your angels, let go of your expectations of how your dreams will come true, trust that heaven has a perfect plan. And look, that stained glass window reminds me of church. And there's so many things that's coming through, right? There's so many things that's coming through. Let me tell you also, because I'm being guided to. Now you remember what we talked about, the most recent thing that you pulled out of, and when I told you to tap in. Well, I'm going to tell you that even though you got what you got, that it is still a yes, it still serves your highest good. However, you're not being called to do it unless you believe that, right? Unless you believe that where there looks like there's no way, a way can be made. Because remember, it doesn't serve us to say, okay, yes, because Spirit is saying it is still a yes, right? We are called to be up to that level in our belief, right? In order for that yes to come through, that miracle and magic to be able to happen for us, right? But what I'm being called to tell you, the reason why I'm being guided to share that with you is because it's about you exploring why it's still a no for you, right? With that knowledge, why is it still a no for you? It's about you exploring that within yourself, right? And you could bring it to session tomorrow if you feel like it. Go ahead and go within on your own tonight. And if you feel like bringing it to session, and do that. But however much time you feel like taking on your own, do it, and then bring it, whatever you got it to bring, right? Also, there is a place for you in the church, right? Not the church that you were used to, but there is a place for you in the church. And what is coming through as is, I'm hearing a whole new earth, but I'm hearing the song a whole new world. But what's happening is we're being called to create. Remember, we kind of talked about this. It's coming in for you again, creating that whole new world where everything that we can look at, where there's balance, right? So when we're talking about productions, right? We have these productions that don't really feed our souls. There are some that do, right? But we're being called to create those productions that feed our soul. We're being called to create whatever there is on the opposite end, to have it be available where it actually feeds our soul in a way that elevates us, right? Now, as I say that, Spirit is reminding us that everything elevates us, but that's more for everybody else, right? But for you, Sharon, you know that. And so there is a place for you in the church with your knowledge and your information as far as the things that you loved about the church and the things that just didn't align with your soul. You're able to create environments for others that have those same feelings. I'm hearing the same fears, the same disbeliefs, right? We're being called to reconnect to our roots and to not throw them away because we've chosen to elevate in this way, right? Spirit just says, she'll know. Now, you also have increase your knowledge. Education brings opportunities. Take a course, pick up a book, or find a mentor to teach you what your soul longs to know. So here's the thing. What Spirit is telling you to do, there's a few things. Spirit is telling you to, number one, right? Bring it to the table as it relates to your divine spirit team, like having some real conversations that aren't prompted by them. You're being called to initiate more conversation, and when I say that, it feels like you like, well, how many more conversations am I being called to initiate, Spirit? But it's those conversations that you have yet to connect to the fact that this requires a conversation, right? And then you're also being called to bring more to the table as it relates to our mentor mentee relationship, right? You're being called to bring more to the table as it relates to that. And what that's coming through as is in the midst of it, right? In the midst of it. Remember when we had started connecting every day, because that Voxa access, some people don't use it like it's available to them. Some people just don't, but it's available. Remember when we were just connecting every day? You're in a season right now where you're being called to do that again, even if it's just, hey, sis, right? So that there's whatever comes through for you from Spirit, that you can receive it. Also, you're being called to connect to the soul family deeper by sharing your gifts, right? And as I just received that, there's a few things that came in. The first thing that was coming in is when we talk about when we serve others, it assists us on our journey, right? And it doesn't have to be anything long and extended, but just that act of service assists us on our journey, elevating and staying in that frequency of choosing our elevation every day. And then what came in was sharing is caring, but they always like to be jokey. And every time I hear sharing is caring, I think of you. So this was the first time I didn't think of it when it first came in until after I just said it out loud. Now this card came in reverse, and Spirit said it's meant to be reversed. What you have is you're ready for more. It says your career is growing and blossoming. Now is the time to make the changes you have been contemplating. Okay, so the reason why this is in reverse for you is because although you're receiving more, because you are ready, you're ready, you were born ready, you were created ready, right? But here's this thing, there's a part of you that still doesn't fully feel ready. There's a part of you that's like going through the motions and saying it, right? Saying it. And as I'm saying that, we know this is an aspect. But what is lacking in this scenario is that turning it over, like that really being like, okay, I'm saying this, but acknowledging the aspects of you that aren't really there, right? There's like this aspect where it's almost like I'm saying it and I believe that I believe it. That's what's coming in. But there's a part of you that doesn't really believe it. So bringing that in as you're saying it to know, okay, this part of me does not believe this, and then addressing that part of you, turning it over and allowing those parts of you to be brought up to speed so that every aspect of you knows, right? This also is in part why your final answer was different from what Spirit said, right? Because of this, right? So what you're being called to do is, I'm hearing slow down, not necessarily slow down in what you're doing as Spirit has guided you to do it, but slow down and go within and allow yourself to connect to those parts of you. And it does feel like I feel that the only word that's coming in is that anxiety connected to the steps and the things that come with the journey, but then I also feel this peace, and that's what that slow down is, being able to connect to that peace. And what's the worst thing that can happen if I'm connecting to my soul and connecting with Spirit and I'm turning it over and I'm just still while I'm just being guided? What's the worst thing that can happen? It's not going to stop no blessings. It's not going to stop no opportunities, right? Because that process is a very intricate part of the elevation, right? Okay, you may also feel led to look up the number 4 and the number 40. Now, this one was in reverse too, and this one is number 22, right? And so it says, open your heart. It says, no one is perfect. Stop judging yourself and others and let love heal this situation. Okay, so why is this in reverse for her? Okay, Spirit said because you've somewhat closed your heart, to experiences that you have had in your recent past and your past that has come back in your current, and I'm gonna say it how it's coming, and that's fucking shit up, right? That has to a degree, I'm hearing, hardened your heart, but what else is closing it, and what they're showing me is just like a door, right? There's a door that was put in your heart. So when they say harden your heart, it's not like your whole heart has this hard shell. It's not like a M&M all around your heart, right? But it's a door that you've placed on your heart, and that door is closed, right? And so that's the place where people would most often go. Like when people come to your house, they're not coming through no dang on window, right? Unless it was me, 26 years ago in that place I lived in when I was on Section 8, and the door was swell when it would rain, and there was a big old puddle on the carpet right there. So we couldn't open the door, and we had to go in through the dang on window and out through the window. But most people don't live like that. Thank goodness I didn't live like that long. So most people not coming to your window, right? They're coming through the door. So with that door there, you're blocking love from being let in. But what you're also doing is blocking your ability to give all the love that you're called to give and that you can give to the rest of the world, right? Remove the door from your heart. So as I'm looking at this, what I'm receiving is allow the darkness that has entered to be overtaken by the light, right? And it really just is about you reconnecting and I'm hearing the word collaborating with spirit in a way that you've never done before. And this collaboration, it's the stillness, right? And I'm being told to look on the bottom. Okay, so this is how it came, but spirit is saying it's not in reverse. It says, take control of your thoughts. Your thoughts are creating your reality. Have faith and stay focused on the outcomes that you truly desire. And I'm being told to tell you there's nothing that you cannot have. And there's that number four again. This is 31. So there is a significance. You have 40, which is four. You have 22, which is four. And then you have this 31, which is four. And Spirit is telling you there is nothing that you can't have, Sharon. There's nothing that you can't do, Sharon. There's nothing that you can't receive, Sharon. But if you sitting around and you're putting limitations and boundaries through your beliefs, well, then that's what you're going to experience. But this is your opportunity to step up and understand that it is limitless. There is a limitless supply of love. There's a limitless supply of peace. There's a limitless supply of joy. There's a limitless supply of support. There's a limitless supply of endurance, right? There's a limitless supply of abundance. And I noticed just now when I was saying that, I said limited first, right? And that's how it's processing for you. Like there's limited, but then you're saying limitless, right? And so spirit is saying release that part of you that still believes that there's limitations on any of those things, and allow the part of you that knows, right? That knows with unwavering faith and knows with unwavering knowing, that divine part of you that knows there are no limitations. There are no limitations, right? There are no limitations, and allow spirit to work in your favor. When spirit guides you to do something and you don't see a way, you've been hearing me say this for how long now? That's when you say, guide me. Okay, spirit, I hear you, guide me. Okay, spirit, I hear you, show me. And then you surrender, right? So, anything else? They said, no, that's it. And I have a headache right now. And so stop thinking too much. Just be still. Be still for the rest of the week. Be still. Be still until Monday. Be still until Monday. Connect with your inner child, bring Pookie to the forefront, and connect with all those other aspects of yourself, and just be still. Connect with spirit and be still, right? And just receive. And set the intention of being able to instantly know the difference between a human hang up and spirit, right? Because we know that, right? We know that when it's not super vital, but sometimes when it's super vital, sometimes that knowing goes out the window and we don't be knowing if it's us or spirit, or we think it's us or we think it's spirit, to be vice versa, right? So set that intention for you to know, for spirit to say to you, okay, Sharon, this ain't your divine self. This is that other stuff, right? Okay, that's it. They said that's it. So that is your message, sister. Thank you for allowing me to serve you. Let me know how it resonates. So let's see. Okay. Thank you, Tan. You're welcome. Um, Sharon said, I have been singing in my spirit language lately. Never done that before. That is so good because yeah, there was a song, but there was like, and it wasn't just one song. Like it felt like multiple songs, but there were no lyrics. And it felt like I knew the songs, but there were no lyrics. And so, although it felt like I knew the songs, I didn't know them here, which actually makes sense why it was coming in like that. Let's see. Sharon said, "Oh yeah, I know. Because I certainly threw church away. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But see, okay, some of y'all don't know this, right? And I'm gonna share because as Sharon said that I'm being guided to. So it was 5, 6, 7. So May 6th of 2023, that equals 5, 6, 7. I got ordained as a minister. And I am going to be eventually having a non-denominational church whenever that comes. It's one of those things where it's like spirit guiding me and me knowing this is what I'm called to do and being guided on the when, the where, the how. And so I was guided to reach out to Sharon about being a part of the board, right? But it's not meant for her to just be a part of the board. Sharon is meant to actually minister to others, because we have church. There's a lot of non-denominational church, yes, but there's a lot of churches that don't necessarily feed into our connection to source within our own regard, where we don't have to go through a middleman or us connecting to our own inner divinity. And quite frankly, that doesn't promote fear, right? And so when I was guided to reach out to Sharon about being on the board, I didn't ask why. I just did what I was called to do, you know? And so as her message came in today, Sharon, as your message came in today, I understand when we talked about that, being able to create this new world where there's a balance where just like you can, because right now it's like, where do you go? Where do people go when they decide I'm throwing religion away and I am choosing to be spiritual, right? And truly build my own deepest, truest connection with God? Where do they go? Right? They usually go to a place where they heal, right? But then through that healing, they're still disconnecting from those aspects of themselves, right? And so, what we're being called to create is a place for people to go where it's like, and not just with the church aspect, but every aspect where it's like, okay, that doesn't resonate. Like, I can feel the falsehood in that. I can feel the disempowerment in that. But right over here, guess what? Right over here, like I don't have to be without anything because I can go over here where it does resonate with my soul, right? And you have a big part to play in creating that whole new world that is coming to the forefront. So yeah. And I'm hearing, and through your faith, the unwavering kind is the way that you'll be able to do that. Right? That unwavering faith in all aspects, all aspects. And let me just tell you, my head is hurting in this temple the most, and I'm feeling it across here and slightly here. So just get out of the head space, right? Just be still, be still. Um, and 5, 6, 7, y'all, there's no coincidences there. Like it was like, whoa, really? 5, 6, 7. I heard 3, 5, 7, get loose now. Get loose. Sharon said, yeah, I agree. Reaching out daily and connecting again is certainly required right now. Yeah. So do it because I'm here and I'll be telling you every time. I'm like, I'm here, sis. I'm here. And I share with y'all how Spirit used Hobby to check me when Spirit was like, tell her to be more transparent. And y'all done heard it 50 minutes. Like transparent, I'm as transparent as they come. And what Spirit let me know, because I'm the person to where I'm not gonna be like, oh, I know everything. So can't nobody tell me nothing, right? If I get a message from someone that I know Spirit is speaking to, even if it don't resonate right then and there, and I might say, oh yeah, that don't resonate with me. But then I'm gonna go and I'm gonna be talking to Spirit and I'm gonna see, okay, Spirit, now, does it resonate? If it do, show me how. I went back to Diamond one time and apologized to her and thanked her because she gave me a message and I was like, you know. And then when I really sat with Spirit, I received like, oh, that's how it resonates. So I say that to say, when I did that, Spirit said what the transparency was, being more transparent. What that was is I've always been the person that will figure it out, get through it, and then I'll share it. But that's just been my way of operating because leaving home at 16, being on my own, like that was my superpower to stay alive, to stay centered and grounded, and like to like just figure this shit out. And then we don't got time to stop and dwell. So that's how I was showing up in this what I'm agreed to do, right? Spirit was like, nah, you got to start showing them while you're going through it. You got to start telling them while you're going through it, because it's not enough to say, I went through this and then this is my outcome. It's so much more profound when a person can, this is what I'm going through. And then they see you, they witness you go through it and get out, right? So that transparency, ooh, is key. And there's an aspect of you that does that too, where you're in it and you're just in it and you're in your bubble, right? And so having that support, even if that support is just in the form of love, right? It's still that support, because we have the support always in the spirit realm, but it's important to have it in this 3D realm too, right? Even if it's just love. But oftentimes we're become through with messages too. So the love is always there, that, but then sometimes there's a message attached to it too. So Monica said, "Ooh, that's the word." I'm so glad. Thank you for joining us over here. Let's see. Sharon said, I've been feeling ready and not ready simultaneously. Definitely a tug of war happening. Yeah. Yeah, I could feel it in the reading, that what you just described, right? Yeah. But you are ready. But what's happening is you're being called to be still, and a lot that's going on up here. Because child, my head's still hurting. Y'all could take it away. I get it now. She got the message. We don't have to have the headache no more. But it's just like there's been so much thought. And don't let anger creep in. That just came in. Don't let anger creep in. What you congratulating me on? A lot, but thank you. You're so welcome. TK said, I felt that. Remove the door from your heart. Absolutely. Because some of us, we think, I got a door. It's not as bad as covering my whole heart in a shell, a concrete shell. But no, it's kind of the same thing, though. Kind of the same thing. We done closed off the most important part, the entrance and the exit. Um, Lata said, that's why I love agape. The being ordained. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. A lot, thank you. A lot that said, that's why I love Agape International here in Cali, non-denominational service that feeds the spirit. So good, so good. Sharon said, you're or TK said, Sharon, you're tapped into Christ consciousness so you can be the church. Your energy is so much bigger than you allow it to be. Fly, baby, fly. And TK, did you do your introduction yet? Because y'all connecting, y'all gonna love each other's energy. I know you can already feel it, but when you do your introduction, hashtag it hash introduction so that everybody can find it. Truthfully, the future said, call me as soon as you get a chance. Says, love you, talk to you later. Have to step into a meeting. Love you too, even though you're gone already. Yeah, I realized what you were saying now. And Sharon said, thank you, TK. So, whew, I heard, yes, you got this. Don't be afraid of the way you feel. Don't be afraid. And of course, they're bringing it to me in this song. Don't be afraid of the way it feels. It's real love. Ooh. Yeah. So don't be afraid of the way you feel. That elevation, sometimes it can be a little scary, and it's not even scary being registered as scary in our conscious mind. Sometimes it's scary all up in our spirit, all those inner parts of an inner child, inner adolescent, inner youth, inner yesterday. All these bells and whistles going off, and they don't know how to react. You mean I'm stepping into my power? What the heck is this? What? Oh, I'm scared. But she on a roll. She ready to go. But wait, slow down. That's a lot of what's happening inside you right now. That's why it's important to be still so that spirit can go ahead and work that magic. Sometimes it's not even a word that has to be spoken. I was in Cali at my grandmother's house and spirit said, okay, now lay down. I went to bed, lay down. We're about to work on you because that fatigue you've been dealing with, you didn't even think about all the medication your system got pumped when you had surgery. That's creating that. Let us cleanse you. And I just laid there and let them do what they do. And I kid you not, I feel so much better. So much better. So, okay. But that is your message, Sharon. Let's see who is next. Lashana, you are next, and you got a general. So let's see what Spirit has in store for you. Spirit, what do you have for Lashana? I'm about to go off the live on IG. I'm about to end it now. Um, why is it telling me to share? Um, oh, I'm gonna leave that because then I can title it. Oh, our live stay. I didn't know that. Okay, so what message do you have for Lashana, Spirit? What message do you have? And then after that, Deasia got another reading, and I will do one more. So if anybody would like one, go ahead and send your 25, and in the notes, let me know if it's a general or if you have a question. And then we are going to be done with Empower Hour for today. One more from top or bottom. Oh, that's not one more, top and bottom. Oh, one more from each, top and bottom. Okay, y'all see how that just worked? Okay, listen. So when I said one more because they said one more, right? And so I interpret it as meaning one more card, right? But they said one, yeah, one more. And then they told me pull from top and the bottom. A lot of times when we receive messages, right, we interpret it as one way when it actually means something else. So it's important for us to make sure that we're not interpreting, right, without asking, well, what do you mean? Sometimes when we get guided by spirit, we don't always ask questions. We just accept the guidance. But if you were talking to a human being in earth form, flesh form, if I said something to you that you didn't understand, 9 times out of 10, you're going to ask me for clarity. You're going to ask me, what do I mean? But sometimes when we're talking to spirit, we don't do that. Like we really just take it and then we go and we do what we think spirit means. It's okay to ask questions. We were taught not to question God, but it's okay. In fact, my mom used to always tell me, there's no such thing as a dumb question. And I was taught to know that asking questions was a sign of intelligence, right? And it is so true. There is no such thing as a dumb question. And asking questions, it will get you the guidance that you are here to receive. You don't just have to do it and then run with it, because sometimes we're not even resisting being guided. Sometimes we're just taking it and then we're running with it. I'm gonna give you this example, then I'm gonna go into Lashana's reading. So I was asked to be a speaker at this event, right? And at first I said no. And I explained why, and then I got asked again, and Spirit said, do it, right? And I was like, okay, Spirit telling me to do it, because listen, if Spirit wasn't telling me to do it, I wouldn't do it. It's just from a brand perspective. It wasn't something that I personally would attach my brand to. But since Spirit said, I don't give a damn what I would do, right? And I even had somebody who was gonna invest, and then when they found out who was over it, they were like, "Oh nah, I can't," and told me why. And I was like, "Well, Spirit guided me to do it, so here I am." Right now, I will tell you, as a result of that, I met some really amazing people that I was able to connect with as my sisters. I was able to connect with and serve them, right? And I've met many people and had many things flourish from doing that. So, what I thought it was when Spirit guided me to do it was not what it turned out to be. I thought the reason it wasn't that, it was something else, right? But then also, when I agreed to do it, Spirit was like, well, just because I told you to do it, you could have negotiated, right? You didn't have to agree to pay to do it. Like you charge to speak. So I mean, you could have negotiated. So there's multiple messages in that, right? That experience. Number one is sometimes we're guided to do things and we may have an expectation or a thought of why, but it may be something totally different. It's happened to me on more than one occasion, y'all. And then also, when we're guided and we get a yes, we don't have to just accept it as it is. We can say, like, if we have, like, okay, Spirit, you're guiding me to do this, but usually in my situation, I charge to speak, but she's requesting that I pay to speak. So is that how you're guiding me to do it? Or am I being guided to do it in a different way? Like, is there more to this? And then Spirit would have said, well, negotiate, right? But sometimes Spirit don't just always jump in because there's a lesson in it for us. Sometimes that lesson, we got to feel the lesson in order to get the lesson, right? So keep that in mind. Ask questions, right? Ask questions. If there's doubt and confusion, it's okay to ask questions, right? If it goes outside of and you didn't receive that full clarity, it's okay to ask questions. Okay, now we're gonna go into China's reading. See what I be saying, stay, y'all? Okay, let's see. Yes, Tan, I did. I don't live in Washington. I moved to Tennessee in 2019. So yes, I moved to Tennessee in 2019. Hmm. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so Shauna, you got all is in perfect timing. This is it. It's time to take action now. I will be here to help you every step of the way. Every step of the way. Every step of the way. Okay. All right, I'm being told to tell you now. So here's the thing. I know, I know that you've gotten that prompt and like it's time for you to join us. It's time to start the working together train, right? It's time. It's time to do it. It's time. And what Spirit is letting you know is that Spirit is going to be there for you every step of the way. Whatever your doubt is, your doubt may be money, it may not be, right? Don't let that stop you. If Spirit is saying, this is what I'm called to do, turn your fears over. Okay, Spirit, I don't necessarily have XYZ to start this right now, but I trust that you are going to provide. I trust that you are going to touch her in some way and it's just going to all align, right? So reach out, right? Reach out and look at this. These steps, they're coins, right? They're coins. Spirit is going to always make a way when you're following the path that's been placed in front of you, right? It's also time for you to give up on your fears, to stop allowing your fears to drive you, right? Your fears sometimes interfere and stop you from doing the things that in your heart and in your soul you know you're called to do. And the reason why it's coming in as your fears sometimes, right? Because sometimes we can have fear lead us and guide us, right? And we don't even know that we're called to do this. Like sometimes we don't even have that awareness, like, I am really called to do this, but I'm afraid. Sometimes we just are like, okay, I'm scared, right? And we don't have a connection that I'm called to do this, but that's not the case for you. There's things where you know, but then fear stops you. It steps in and it stops you. And so what Spirit is telling you is that You're being guided to operate in unwavering faith, right? And this makes sense why that first half of your message came in. You're being called, called to operate in unwavering faith, right? And although you know that operating in unwavering faith, it benefits you, but there's certain aspects where you're like, but listen, well, what do I do to get there? How do I get there? Like, I know it serves my highest good to get there, but how? What, right? You're being guided, you're being shown. It's time to make that connection and let's get started, okay? You have trust in divine purpose. This experience has divine meaning. Healing will come. Know that you are on a path of growth, okay? And you know what? I don't even remember talking to you about us working together, but this is what I'm have I ever talked to you about us working together? Because this is what I'm getting. Whether we done talked about it or not, okay? This is what I'm getting. It's time, okay? It's time. And here's that number 7. Okay, so right now you're already on your path to growth, right? Like it's not like it starts when you make that connection, right? You've been on the path to growth and you're on it now. But here's what's happening. You're at a crossroads, right? And as I'm saying crossroads, I'm hearing crossroads, but what they're showing me is it's an obstacle. It's like this wall, right? And now it's like, where are the tools to get through this wall? Because doing this, clawing your way through it, don't work, right? That work down there on that part of your path because you just clawed through the dirt. It took some time, but you were able to do it. But what you're facing now, you can't use your hands. You can't use your teeth. Like when you were on the path down there and you had to rip it open, right? It requires some tools, right? That you have in your toolbox, but you just forgot where they were and you forgot how to use them, right? It's time for you to elevate to your next level of your healing. It's time for you to elevate to your next level of your calling, your purpose, right? And here's the thing, your calling and your purpose, like, okay, the word odd is what's coming up, but it's not odd in any sort of negative way or bad way or how we interpret that word. But it's like it's not your average, right? It's not the way like most people is write a book, most people is become a life coach, most people is yours is not that. Yours is something different. And there's something coming in about gardening. You have this connection to plant life, and you're being called to explore that. Being out in nature, forest bathing, grounding in the grass, taking your shoes off, laying on Mother Earth. Like all of those things are a part of your healing and your maintenance as you go deeper into your healing. But your calling is not a typical calling, right? And they're not giving it to me like fully. I'm feeling things, but they're not fully giving me what it is, right? But it's not your average. And at times, because the way that we show up as these healers, these teachers, these light workers, right? There's like these categories, and we all kind of fit into categories, and then we exist in that category in our own lane. But yours is not a category that you typically think of. Right. And some of the confusion is coming from that. But what Spirit would like you to know is there is no confusion. There is no mistake. This is no coincidence. You have a calling over your life, and it's time for you to attach to what that is. Those messages that came in earlier about doing what you love, right? We serve every day, all day. And when we're doing what we love, we're serving just from existing in that frequency of joy, right? That frequency of peace, that frequency of self-love and self-acceptance. And as I'm saying that, Spirit would like you to know it's time for you to start loving yourself more. It's time for you to stop giving so much of your time and your energy to everybody else and give yourself that first. Because you neglect yourself sometimes. And you do so and you put a stamp for the sake of love. Well, you got to love you first. You deserve everything you give to others. And it's not your responsibility to heal others. I said healers, right? But who do we heal? We heal ourselves, right? And then we assist, we facilitate. But we ain't healing nobody. Everybody healing themselves. So it's time for you to focus on you. And through that healing, that self-love, and you fully accepting who you are and why you're here, you are going to serve more souls by doing that than you ever could how you're operating right now. Okay. You also have to take control of your thoughts. And it says, your thoughts are creating your reality. Have faith and stay focused on the outcome that you truly desire. What are you choosing for your life, right? What are you choosing? What are you choosing to experience? How are you choosing to show up? How are you choosing to be remembered? If you were to leave this earth next year, what would you choose for the world to remember you as? What would you choose for your legacy to be, right? Show up as that version of you today. right? That version of you that would create that legacy, that would leave that feeling in a person's heart and soul when they connect with you just once. What would you like that to be? And that's something for all of us to consider. Because if we're not operating in that space of that version of us, it's time for us to do that now, right? Your thoughts are so important. When that negative Nancy narrative starts playing, shut it off. Mirror work is really valuable for you, getting in that mirror and talking life, speaking life into you. Look at yourself dead in the eyes and speak life and love to you. And when you're journeying on this journey called life, speaking to yourself, when you make what you may identify as a mistake, speaking to yourself the way you would a child, right? Whether it was your child or just any child that you love, right? And maybe you don't even know the child, but you just have this love for children, right? Speak life into yourself in that same way, with that same gentleness, right? With that same support, with that same, you know what? Did you give it your best? You didn't? Well, guess what? Give it your best and see what the difference is. Did you give it your best? You did? But that's, you know what? That's all you can do. Keep giving it your best every day and you will grow. It's okay. I love you, right? That same energy, right? So you also have make a decision. And it was 10-10. It's not 10-10 no more, but it showed up a few times. Look that up because 19 is 10. It says, are you choosing to prioritize? I can't make it up. Spirit just said this, but in case you didn't get it, Spirit said one more again. Are you choosing to prioritize yourself or another in this situation? Accept divine guidance pointing you towards your own joy. You deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve it. And this, I mean, this is just Spirit reiterating in case there was doubt, in case you were doubting in any way. Spirit's like, well, we're going to show her because I don't read what the cards say until I pick it up. But that's what Spirit said already. So here it is again. And then your final card is Angels of Healing are with you. A time of healing is about to bless your life, accepting Archangel Raphael's emerald green light while I enhance your strength. So it's time. And look, it's 10-10 again. It's time. Two people just left alive. So the 10-10 is again. So it's time. It's time for you. It's time for you to choose your healing. It's time for you to choose you first. It's time for you to say, guide me, Spirit. If this is where you're guiding me, show me the way, make a way, right? It's time. It's time. It's time. It's time. And that negative narrative that plays, it's time to turn it off. And the only way you're gonna do that is if you replace cancel delete when it comes. Cancel delete that. What's the opposite? Positive. I'm speaking life into me. I love me. Those are lies. Tell the truth, shame the devil, right? Tell the truth, shame the devil. Whoever put that in me, they lied. They lied, but this is the truth. You are valuable. You are worthy, right? You are supported. You are loved, right? You are special. You are unique. You are kind. Even when those people didn't appreciate your boundaries and tried to make you out to be something else, you are kind. You are loving, right? You deserve everything that you have and everything that you are receiving and everything that you will receive, right? So speak to yourself, speak life to yourself. And again, that gentleness is super important. Now, we're not saying coddle yourself, make excuses for yourself. That ain't what we saying. But loving and supporting and being gentle is important. Self love. Give yourself a day that is just dedicated to you, where you don't answer that phone, where you don't serve nobody but you. A day, every week, every single week, a day. Give yourself a day every week, right? Start with a day. It can go up from there, but don't give yourself no less than a day. And don't let a week go by, right? Where it's just yours. And you don't have to just be at home meditating and praying and numb your home ring yo. You don't gotta be at home doing all that unless you choose to. Because sometimes that's how I be spending my self-care days, my self-love days. Sometimes my self-love days be out getting spa treatments and stuff. Sometimes it be at a movie, eating some real good, fattening, unhealthy popcorn. Sometimes it be out to eat. Sometimes it be out in nature. It be all kinds of things. Sometimes it be in the bed all day, watching Netflix and chilling with me, right? So whatever it looks like for you, it's okay. But one day that's just yours is important. At least one day, okay? Hey, Shamika, it's so good to see you, sister. I sent you a message on Facebook. It was a little while ago. I sent a voice recording to you, so But yeah, that is your message. So, um, thank you for allowing me to serve you because there's nothing else coming in for you. But now I'm told to look on the bottom of the deck. Is it in reverse? I got no. So here's how it came in. The deck is upside down. They keep telling me. Recognize the signs from above. It says, angels are sending you messages now, but you're too distracted to notice. Stay alert and open to divine guidance. I can't make it up. And look, there go them coins again. What came in the beginning? Them coins. Sometimes, we be holding on because we be afraid, but when we can let go and be guided, then what we're holding on to, when we could create that space, we're able to create space to receive more. And sometimes it's not just about the coin. Sometimes it is more love in our life. Sometimes it is more peace in our life. It is more joy, right? But yeah, that's your when I'm hearing the song "Free as a Bird." Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. That part. That's yours. That's for you. Okay, so let me see what you're saying. Okay, I'm gonna start up here because I've been missing the messages. So you guys that are with me, y'all know, but some of y'all that are new with me or haven't been with me in a while, you may not know. As I'm delivering your message, I don't read your comments because I don't like to like know if like, oh, this resonates, or because I know it does, right? Even if you don't know it does right then, it's your message, okay? Because I ain't making it up, right? But I don't like to be influenced. So I come and I read your messages after, right? Like so yeah. So it's okay to leave messages, but I'm not reading them while I'm doing your reading. So yeah. Um let's see. Thank you, Tan. I appreciate your blessings. I appreciate that. Um Diamond said interfere equals interfere. Enter, is 2 words. So that's you. That's you that be messing up them blinds. Yeah, go on about your business. Have y'all seen my son's cat? Now, he did. Let me see. Can you see Momo? Wait. I seen groomed him because he's super fluffy and he sheds a lot. And so that cat, he be on the chair looking in the mirror. I seen him, I said, he is not, listen, he's like, what the hell is this? I done incarnated as a cat for real. And he's not scared. Like with Ganesh, I could be, get your butt down. I could make a loud noise. Ganesh gonna jump and run. This cat, he'll sit there and look at you. Earlier today, he on the chair, right? And he got his paws right here, just standing up looking at me. That cat is something different. He's super sweet and super cute. But listen, his last lifetime, he was a human. And he remembers that because he literally be in the mirror like, what the hell? And he likes to watch TV. Asim and we have put on that cat. Netflix had that cat show, like Understanding Cats or whatever. So Momo was on the ottoman and he was watching. And then look, what I'm talking about. Then he really liked it. So he gets up off the couch and he goes closer to the TV. He literally will sit there and just watch TV. I'm like, you are not, you listen, you not a human right now. You're a cat. And yes, you incarnated. Maybe now you know what it's like being nicer to them cats in that lifetime when you were human. So, anyways, yeah, he's something else, y'all. Let's see. Timber said, Lord, the fear lately, debilitating. Yes, you have it. It was based on a lack mindset that it hasn't started. Also, been led to work with TK. Uh, well, okay, if that's who you being led to work with, go for it. Go for it. He said, come on, Spirit. TK said, come on, Spirit. Now, I'm not telling you not to work with TK, but listen, what I just did right now was my human self. What I just did was, you said you were led to work with TK. So my human self was like, so we're not going to discount that. And Spirit is like, you can speak truth without discounting that. I'm not telling you not to work with TK, but you and I got some work to do together. There's something there that we're meant to do together. So that's left up to you to go deep and explore that and what that is and what that looks like. I'm not telling you not to work with TK, right? I got people that work with me and they work with Jillian too. I have one person that works with me and they get sessions from Jillian once a week as well, right? So I'm not saying don't work with TK because TK is amazing, right? And TK has a lot to offer you. But the message that just came through, it was very specific. Notice how I didn't say, or whoever you meant to work with. I specifically said, you and I are meant to work together. So there's no pressure to do that. You do it in your own timing, right? And you got that card that you being guided, receiving divine guidance. So yes, work with TK if that's what you receive, but we're also meant to work together, right? See how the humanness kicks in, but it's like I don't let it take over. It did kick in, but TK is great. Work with TK for sure, but we're meant to work together. So take that, do what you please with it. Do it when you're ready, whatever. So, anyways, let's see. You as you said, this week has been a type of growth and dropping folks from extreme prejudice. Been grounding a lot, green cooking, which you said the love of me has been not just secondary, was non-existence, cutting folks first, step in, putting me first. Nightly affirmations for the last 2 weeks. That's so good. Keep up with your nightly, but also do it in the morning at the start of your day. Attach it to when you brush your teeth. So when you brush your teeth, you know that that is your time to do your affirmations, because what it does is it sets your mindset in a specific way for your day, right? So it's good. Don't stop at night, but add day as well. Um, let's see. um, you said being nice to me because I've realized how rough and hard I talk to myself, sending you and the soul family an abundance of love and light. Thank you, Shamika. Love you. Tempest said the healing has been needed for a very long time, negative to myself and my spirit. Well, I'm gonna cancel needed for you because you know when we declare need, we just bring in more need. So it serves your highest good. That's all. It serves your highest good. Let's see. You said, oh, girl, what you just said on them boundaries. TK, stop talking smack over there. I hear you. LOL, love you. Made myself leave myself for 2 hours weekend before last. It was uncomfortable, but I gave myself props. Good, good. So many butterflies this week. Spirit is speaking to you. I'm telling you. Um, Diamond laughing. Diamond, what you laughing about? Are you laughing about how I almost let that humanist step in because I didn't even recognize it until Spirit was like, Heifer. Now you know what I said. You really about to let her lead this reading with just that? Like you not discounting your sister. You be hyping your sisters up all the time. That's what you're laughing at. Cause yeah, that right there, y'all. See in action. That humanist be like, you know, Spirit be like, no, no. TK said, yes, y'all do. TK said, I've told her the same thing, child. LOL. You know, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Because, like I said, TK got some stuff for you too now. Because when you said that I wasn't receiving a no, right? I wasn't receiving a no, you wrong, right? I was just receiving, well, yeah, but message was what it was. So you could work with more than one person, you know? You could work with more than one person because one of us may have this, one of us may have that, and together it completes the picture, right? Sometimes we are guided to have one person and that's our person. It depends on our soul, the journey, right? What we're here to get, and it depends on a bunch of things, but not always. Sometimes it'd be more than two, you know? So yeah. um Tempa said it was the both of you. um Diamond said I don't remember. And hey, Naya, how are you? It's been a long time. I'm so glad you're here. Naya said, hey there, I've been thinking of you, Nahkila. Yes, I'm so glad you're here. It's so good to see you. Not like visibly, but feel you is more accurate. So, okay. So thank you for allowing me to serve you. And you're okay. Good. I'm good. I'm good. And you guys, you know, I've been guided to stop bringing the cord to Empower Hour because you know, Spirit be like, be mindful of the time. And we be having fun and then we be going and going and going. So, with that being said, we in the red. So, I'm about to go ahead and move on to Deasia's second reading. And Deasia, this one's a general, or did you have a question? Who's all still here? Disconnecting. Who's all still here? Let me know. And while I'm waiting for you guys to let me know who's here, who's here, I'm gonna pull a card for us as a collective. 7-5, excuse me, 759. So pull from the bottom now, but then tell what the 759 message is. Okay. So give the card first. This came in reverse. And yes, it's actually reversed. This is for all of us, you guys. Shamika's here. TK's here. Okay, it says Archangel Michael is with you now. Even though you can't see it, I am actively working on this situation. I am here and helping you. Okay, listen. I'm gonna go ahead and show that to y'all because that's a card. I got an Archangel Michael. Hey, now still here, receiving the goodness. I'm glad you're here. Stephanie here. Diamond here. I'm about to say your address. But every time I do that, y'all, I swear I feel like Krishan. Y'all, do you guys know who Krishan Rock is? Right? Because I pulled this little hair down. And y'all know when I unlocked my hair, I ripped out my edges, right? And I was doing real good growing them back. And then I started getting twists in my hair, like they were super cute. But then I ripped it out again because for some reason I wasn't using conditioner. And that's the same reason why I ripped out my hair all up here. I was bald. Some of y'all seen the pictures. So, anyways, when I took it down, it was like clump. Yeah. And then the whole regimen I was doing, I haven't been doing. I just been kind of laxed on it. 725, y'all, 77. But I'm gonna show you something, and then I'm gonna what'd you say it was? 759? 759. Okay. Don't let me forget that. 759. So every time I look, y'all know she shaved the side of her head. When I do like this and I see that, I'm like, ooh, child, because that usually be up there. But anyways, I'm like, ooh, child. And it's kind of funny to me. I'm a little weird, y'all, but y'all that's been with me, y'all know that. Y'all might be like, Heifer, a little weird. You a lot of weird. But okay, that's the story you telling. We just gonna roll with it. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Where is it? And I don't even know why Spirit telling me to show this. Because that's why I'm showing it, because I'm being guided to show it. And you just not gonna give me a reason. You just like show it. Where is it? Because I don't even see it. I don't even see it. Oh, okay. Thank you. Because listen, do y'all see that? Y'all see that? Y'all see that? I just ripped it all the way out, y'all. And look at the top. You could see my thoughts. I was like, you could really see my thoughts. And I was sitting in my chair. I was sitting in my chair, right? When I was unlocking my locks. I'm just going at it. I'm all tenacious with it. I'm not gonna just do a little bit. I'm gonna do a lot. And I wasn't using conditioner. I wasn't using water. I was just going, going, going. And so you see how bald I am way back here, right? Or I was. And I'm just going, going, going. And then when I finally decide to stop and I see it, I'm like, sweet baby Jesus, I done ripped out my dang old hair. I done ripped out my dang on hair, y'all. And so it started growing back and stuff. And it was quick. I was using rice water, like I would do rice water. I have amla powder and I would mix it in. I would make these things like, what was it? I would make these hair masks and I would use them. So this was 11/22, and those first pictures was 8, all the same year, but it was growing back quick, 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 edges and everything. Growing back. But anyways, this was one January, so 8/21, and then those right, those were the times. But yeah, so anyways, I'm showing you pictures. I'm telling the story. So yeah, but I ripped my edges out. But it was also just a part of that self love and acceptance. I mean, I could have got that lesson some other kind of way, but it's like, okay, this is me now, and I love me now, every aspect, bald headed or not. And I just heard bald head, scallywag, ain't got no hair in the back. Except I didn't have no hair in the sides and in the top. So my edges they're coming along even after they came out again, right? So I'm setting the intention to grow them thick. And I was tempted to cut my hair, but I'm like, nope. I said, I'm gonna let it grow. I miss my locks, you guys. And let me just tell you, the only reason why I unlocked my hair was because y'all that know me know I've been dyeing my locks from the beginning. But when I was in Washington State, my hairstylist was bomb. My locks were just amazing, right? Energetically, they felt alive. And then when I got here over time, my locks got all skinny and they just started to feel like just weight dead weight. They just, it was like, I couldn't wait to get them off me, you know. And instead of cutting them, right, I unlocked. Well, I had cut them. I had cut out all the locks that I had when I was going through all these things I was going through. But at this point, it was like, okay, now that's gone. But they were just dead because they were dead. Like all the dye wasn't being rinsed out, and yeah, and so yeah, that was the result. So I was guided to share that story, and Spirit's still not telling me why. But yeah, that's the story. Okay, now what was it? It was seven. What'd you say? 759. Okay, thank you. Okay, and then we got to get going. Okay, Deasia, you are the last reading. So if we get disconnected, 759, because we might, if we get disconnected, then I'm gonna head over on Boxer and give you your reading, and I'm gonna do it tonight. Like I'm not waiting until tomorrow. Okay. And for those of you, when you look up your angel numbers, click on Joanne's Sacred Scribe. I'm glad this came up because I was guided to tell you that earlier and I didn't. So this tells you what the number, the vibrations, and everything. I'm gonna skip that and go straight to the message since we're running out of battery. But it says angel number 759 is a message that your positive attitude and intentions have brought about important life changes that have brought you into perfect alignment with your divine life mission as a light worker. Trust that these changes will provide you with the answers to your prayers. Go along with the flow of these wonderful changes and trust that they are here for your long-term benefit and for that of those you serve. Angel number 759 encourages you to work diligently on your life mission with passion, purpose, and enthusiasm. The angels have guided you to make positive life changes as they will ensure that you are in the right place at the right time to serve humanity as your soul dictates. The path is clear for you to live your life as a positive example for others to follow. Angel number 759 also tells you to let go of the old that no longer positively serves you and change something in your life that is making you unhappy or unhealthy, such as a bad habit, toxic relationship, or unfulfilling career. It is time to regain your personal power and authority and put your faith back in yourself. No one knows you better than you know yourself, so trust yourself to make your own choices and decisions and live the life that you choose for yourself. So that is that message. That's that message. Okay, let's see. Um, oh, I can't wait to see him. Diamond said I put mine back in last month. Um, wait. Oh, Deja just finished making her juice, and I missed something. Oh, thank you. A lot of said I love all your weirdness. Thank you. I love it too. I like being weird. It's fun. I realized one day, okay, so this is kind of a taste of like the silly, weird oddness that me and my love do, right? Y'all know the story. He's my twin flame, and we're finally officially together, and it is going amazing. Right? Spirit's like, child, you in a season of blessing. So here you go. He done got his mind all the way right. So, anyways, we'll be on like FaceTiming, right? And we'll just be doing weird shit. Like we'll be making like he'll start off being weird and then I'll go with it. And then we're just on back and forth, like not even saying nothing, but we're acting like we're saying just weird, like really weird. So he said something and it made sense. He mentioned something about being an only child or something. I said, oh, that's what it is. Cause y'all know I tell you, I was the only child officially for 7 years, but I say 8 because my sister Ashley is 7 years younger than me, but we didn't live in the home together. She's my dad's daughter and we have a separate mom. And my brother and I share a mom, different dads. So, anyways, when you're an only child, you entertain yourself. You be having a grand old time because you'll die of boredom. Like just being there by yourself all the time. Your parents ain't playing with you. So I can entertain myself. So now me and him be doing our only child weirdness together. And sometimes I'll just start laughing because it'll hit me like, are we really doing this stupid shit? Like, yep, we really are. But we'll both be having fun. And I have not met anybody who will be weird like that with me. Where I mean, it gets really like just what the hell is wrong with y'all? Y'all slow or something? And both of us swear that the other one rode the short bus, but really we both probably ride it together. So, anyways, yeah, just weird, just real weird. But that's why I'm so weird because I was the only child, and it's fun. Saying that out loud sounds weird. There's certain things I used to say. My grandma used to be like, "Baby, don't let nobody else hear you say that." So, anyways, so I appreciate that y'all love my weirdness because I'm weird. 24/7, 365, and don't let me be tired because oh, it gets worse. And TK said, "Me too." Thank you, TK. Let's see. Um, The age that I would like to love reading. Okay, so general, just about love. Thank you for letting me know. I'm sitting here like we running out of battery and we just rambling along, and it's like that was the flow of it, and I'm glad because you know. So yeah, that rice water worked really well. Literally, I would boil the rice, and then just let it sit covered so that it would soak into it, and I would spray it. So I would wash my hair, condition it. At the time, it was like a 2 day thing. I leave it on overnight, and then the next day I would spray my hair with the rice water, like maybe like 20, 25 minutes before I was gonna go and rinse the conditioner off. And then I also was using that Hollywood hair bar. I was using that oil, but I stopped using that so I could see like how much of it was the oil and how much of it was what I was doing. I believe it was just a combination of all of it. And that amla powder, what I would do also before I would rinse the conditioner is I would boil avocado or olive oil. I cook with avocado oil. Um, but olive oil, I would boil that and add the amla powder to it, and I would stir it, and then I would just put it on my hair and massage it all in because the amla powder helps your hair grow too. So those are just some of the things I did. But my edges grew back really good. And the top of my hair, you can see you can't tell what I'm thinking no more. Again, my edges were thicker, but when I was getting those twists, and something I learned my lesson, I'm gonna stop not using conditioner, but I took it down and it would be literally clumps of hair, right? It was crazy. So yeah. So that worked for me. And they be selling rice water, which I don't even know how effective that is. They be selling rice water products. All you got to do is boil rice, and my mom had got rice for me one time, and she got the what's that sticky rice, the short grain. Um, I can't even remember the name of the rice off the top of my head right now. It's 735, which is 7-8 divine order. But yeah, so anyways, I would use that. You could use any rice, you just clean it like you would when you're gonna cook it, and then you boil it and you just make sure that there's some liquid, right? And you let it sit not so long where it soaks up the liquid, and I put it in a spray bottle and then I keep it in the refrigerator, you know, and use it. Yeah. Amla, AMLA. And I got it from, I found it, it was at Ross, right? I didn't even know what that mess was or what it was for. And Spirit said, get it. And then when I researched, it's actually for hair growth. And at the time, when I got it, I don't even believe I was having hair growth issues, right? But I mixed it into the oil. You can also ingest it, but look it up. Um, a lot of times Indians use it, it's, yeah, they use it. So, yeah. Oh, maybe that's why I was guided to tell the story, right? Because here we are. I had no idea. I was just like, this is super random spirit, but and those that's been with me, they know the story about my edges. But why am I being guided to show the pictures and tell it now? But I did it anyway, so it felt real random. Yeah, so I would wash my hair and then I would put the conditioner on. And me personally, at that time, I would leave the conditioner on. I would sleep in it, right? And then the next day, when I was gonna about 20, 25 minutes before I was gonna rinse the conditioner, I would spray with the powder. I mean, spray with the rice water, but then I would also lather my hair in the oil that had the amla powder in it. And I found that when I would put the oil in while my hair was wet, because the amla powder was in it, that's why I would put it on before I rinse so I could rinse the powder out, but it would just add moisture to my hair. Like even afterwards, like I still would add other moisture, but it would just help to retain the moisture. So that's how I did it. But rice water, you can't keep it on like overnight. You put it on and you only leave it on for like 20, 25 minutes. So I would spray it when I know I'm about to get in that shower and rinse out the conditioner. That's when I would spray it, rub it in real good. And I would also say affirmations, just thinking, my hair is so luscious and long. My edges are filled in. I would be massaging that love and those affirmations into it, and then I would rinse it out. So, yeah. Yeah, Ayurvedic. Thank you. Yes, yes, yes. I wouldn't leave it in. No. You're so welcome. Yeah, the rice water. 20 to 25 minutes before I'm going to rinse out the conditioner. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Same deck. Okay. But yeah, yeah, it works. And my actual hair, I mean, even my hair, we've cut it a few times to like get the like we've cut it a few times to get the like the old hair off, and it's probably time to cut it again, but like It works. And like I said, I haven't been keeping up with my regimen. My hair got to a point. And then also, here's the other thing. In that beginning stage, like I would wear my hair out because, like I said, I'm into this is me now and I accept me. But what I had started doing was getting my hair cornrowed loosely on the edges, but then I would wear a wig just so I wasn't touching my hair. Like I was just letting my hair sit in them cornrows because that helps it grow too. So that was the whole thing. Like, not, I mean, and you may not wear wigs, but you may put your hair in a protective braid style. So I was doing all of that. And y'all remember I was wearing wigs a lot. I would wear wigs that looked like natural, or, so maybe you didn't know it was a wig, but this is my hair. This is my hair. I mean, I may wear a wig every now and then, but I haven't in a long time. But yeah, so the not manipulating the edges, that part helped too. Okay, so this is for Deasia, Spirit. What you got for Deasia by way of love? What's coming? I feel like something's coming, but I don't hear nothing. I can feel it. Okay, so that feeling right there, because that's what it felt like. Something was coming. Like, well, it felt like love was coming. So that's what it is, right? Me having that feeling, that is a part of the message, Deasia. Like, love is coming, right? Love is coming. But again, you've received your guidance and it's coming again. And y'all know I don't be remembering no messages. When I give them, I let them go. But it's coming, that whole thing about you being in that self-love zone as deep as possible, and also you doing what you came here to do and being super acclimated with who you are as this divine being that came here with a calling, because of the fact that spirit is making sure that you are not going to be easily influenced and you're not going to abandon what serves your highest good, right? Because when we are not solid and secure in who we are fully, and we're not operating in that space, right? And we move beyond that space of, like, I'm gonna keep them turned over until pull from the bottom right there. When we're in that space, when we're not quite here there yet, sometimes it's really easy from the bottom for us to like just abandon it, right? And for us to be so in love that we stop doing what we're here to do, right? Sometimes that happens. And that's one of the reasons why Spirit was telling you, well, here's the thing. One of your guidances that you're receiving, it's not just about your calling, it's also connected to your love. And as I'm saying, that spirit is using this as an example of how we'll get guidance on A, but we might be like, well, that don't have nothing to do with that, right? But it's all connected. So it's all connected. When you're being guided, it's not just about you fulfilling your calling, it's also about you receiving the things that will deeper fulfill you.